Today on Dr. Phil. Pretty on the outside.
I didn't like your wardrobe lady.
You spoke to our producer.
I just didn't like the questions he was asking me.
A bully on the inside.
You want to fight.
Absolutely.
I can't apologize for you anymore, and I can't be a punching bag.
See why this is America's most watched talk show.
I think you have, like, zero self-esteem.
I just think that's the dumbest thing I've heard yet.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I hate to see people suffering, and you've heard long enough.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
I'm going to get you the help that you need.
In 5, 4,
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Go, Dr. Phil.
Okay, I want you to listen to these quotes. I don't care if I hurt somebody's feelings. I made a girl cry at work and I laughed in her face. I don't have respect for anyone. These outrageous statements were made by Andrea, a beautiful young woman who, based on appearances, looks like someone you'd want to get to know. But her sister Holly says Andrea may be attractive on the outside, but on the inside, she's nothing but an ugly bully who gets a thrill out of verbally and physically attacking complete strangers. Take a look.
My older sister Andrea is a bully and verbally abusive towards everyone.
If it gets heated with her, I like to leave because she jabs and jabs and jabs.
She's known for being a bitch, rude, and being mean. Andrea has absolutely no filter when she opens her mouth. My sister constantly embarrasses me in public. When we're at the mall and there's children walking in front of her, I say these kids need to get out of my way. It's humiliating. Going to a restaurant, if she starts to get angry or heated, she doesn't care about people who are around her, whether it's elderly or children. And when you tell her to be quiet, she says, I'll say what I want.
I'm not gonna accept when we're out together and you're saying in front of everyone screaming at me, you're a piece of sister, you're a whiny little bitch.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I try and tell her to calm down, but I've learned to just not say anything because it'll just escalate. Every time she drinks, it usually ends up in disaster. And she walks around like she's King Kong. She started calling my friends sluts and whores. I can't bring her around my friends anymore. My sisters commented that I don't have her back, but I can't stand up for someone that I believe is doing such wrong and hurting people. I can't do it anymore.
Well, you may know people that you would describe the same way. Andrea admits she is a judgmental and angry person who doesn't hesitate to be rude and nasty to anyone who rubs her the wrong way. And no one is immune from her verbal assaults. In fact, when the producer of this show asked her a simple question during their first conversation, she responded, and I quote, "Well, that was a stupid bleeping question." And she didn't say bleeping. I had to fix that for the FCC. Take a look.
I have a lot of anger towards people, and I don't like anyone. When I'm angry, I feel like I'm on a high and completely unstoppable. I have gotten into physical fights with both men and women. If a 6-foot man walked up to me, I wouldn't hesitate to beat the crap out of him. I can be the biggest bitch. I threatened to slash a family member's tires. I told them that I hope they died and that I hated them. I have a huge problem with women. I can call women sluts and I can make them feel like they're this big. One time, a girl got up in my face and I was like, punch me in the face, punch me in the face, I dare you. My anger does escalate when I drink. My friends and I went to a bar. I had seen my friend talking to this guy. I flicked him in the face and I said that he was ugly and she was too good for him. I am who I am and I love being a vocal person, and I feel if people can't handle that, it's not my problem. I think Dr. Phil's gonna piss me off.
Well, give me a chance. You don't know, I might not.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah? So why do you think you're this way?
I think I'm this way because of past experience that went on in my life. I think it's just a buildup of many, many years.
So you've made bad choices?
I think I've made some bad choices, and I think a lot of it has to do with other people making bad choices towards me.
Yeah. So, but you get upset with people that you don't even know, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago, you punched a guy in the face and...
At the bar.
At a bar?
Yeah.
Why'd you punch him in the face?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember. But he was obviously, like, pissing me off.
Why were you begging a girl, punch me in the head, punch me in the head, go ahead, punch me in the head, I dare you?
Because she was already in my face, so I figured if she's going to continue this, I'm going to tell her to do it. Tell her to punch me in the face. That way, she gets in more than I do because she started it. So.
Yeah. But I'd think of some other way to get her in trouble and get punched in the head. I mean, why don't you tell her to punch herself in the head or something? I mean...
I don't know.
You tell her to punch you in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like... If she punches me in the face first, then I feel like I have more of a right to go and finish it.
Yeah. And you want to fight?
I feel at some points I have this, like, that eagerness to really fight. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you get in a lot of fights?
Like, what period of my life are we referring to?
Today? Have you been in a fight today? Have you argued with anybody today?
I have argued. I didn't really argue with them today, but I was a little snippy today.
Why?
Because I didn't like your wardrobe lady.
You didn't like the wardrobe lady?
No.
Yeah. What'd you not like about her?
I asked for if I could wear pink, and she gave me green, and I didn't like that.
And so you're wearing pink?
Yes.
Does it make you happy?
Yes, because I asked again.
Yeah.
It looks good, though.
How have you gotten along with the staff overall?
The staff have been fine. I mean, I ran into some difficulties and issues with your director when I was doing the interview and stuff like that.
What did he do wrong?
I just didn't like the questions he was asking me.
Well, let's look.
And you're bothering me now.
I'm bothering you now?
Yes. But go on. I have... Ooh. Pissing me off. I don't know who I want to punch more in this room right now. I'm like so frustrated.
It's hard to do.
You know, just shut up for 5 minutes. Can I have a break?
Yeah.
What sets you off?
I just kind of felt like I was being asked questions that I didn't really feel like answering at the time, and it was more like, you got to get it out, you've got to say it, and I just wasn't ready to say it at that point in time. So it was just really frustrating me, and like, I almost felt like he was using some like reverse psychology to like get me to say more, so I just wanted to take a break.
Has she punched you in the face? Throw you against the wall, drag you around by your hair?
She has.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm angry.
And later, you obviously, to me, have like zero self-esteem.
I just think that's the dumbest thing I've heard yet.
Is dumb above or below stupid?
Wherever you want to place yourself in that.
Well, let me just look at some of the things you've said and tell me if this is the way she behaves, because, I mean, I want to know. You say, quote, I don't like anyone. I don't have respect for anyone. If someone can't handle that, that's their problem.
True.
Well, how do you know you don't like anyone?
Because I just can tell, like, first interaction with them or whatever, I just don't really have the energy to care to, like, get to know somebody, so I just don't. I choose not to like them.
So you say, quote, I will be the biggest bitch to anyone, right? Friends, co-workers, anybody.
For the most part, yeah.
Right. And you made a girl cry and then laughed in her face. What'd you do to make her cry?
Well, I'm not sure which girl we're talking about.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
Does it happen so much you can't remember which one is which? I mean, is this frequent?
Frequent enough.
When you spoke to our producer, Justin, for the first time, he asked you a question and you said, that was a stupid question. Why would you say that?
Because it probably was a stupid question. If I think something, I have the right to say it. If I'm gonna hurt your feelings, like, I'm sorry in advance, but...
Well, what he asked you when you said that was, he said, when you go up to people and you're rude, you could get in a physical fight. Do you get in a lot of physical fights? And you said, that's a stupid question.
Well, yes and no. That's my answer.
But it's not a stupid question. I mean, based on...
Well, if he is the, like, producer and, like, has all the notes and all the tapes, he just finished saying he watched the tape, and then he asks me that question, well, it's on the tape, it's on the pieces of paper. Answer it yourself, and then ask me if you're not sure.
Mm-hmm. You say you don't like girls.
Not really.
You say, I'm very judgmental. I insult strangers. I will say just about anything. If I don't like the way a girl dresses, I'll call her a slut and a whore.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. There's no common sense as to why somebody dresses like that. It's not respectful to yourself.
Well, who made you the fashion police? I mean, seriously, who decided? I mean, what makes you think you decide what's right and what's wrong about what people wear?
The people who hurt me in the past. So
you were hurt by people that dressed that way in the past?
I was hurt by people in general, and if they happen to dress that way, then so be it. But I'm just saying that they hurt me in the past, and I have now become a person of complete hate towards everybody.
If you're at the mall and there are kids in front of you, you'll say loud enough for them to hear, stupid kids, get out of the way.
Yes. Sometimes.
Because you're so important that the sea should just part for you so you can move at the pace you want to move at?
Well, if you think that and I think that, then probably, yes.
Yeah. That's what makes you embarrassed.
Yeah, that and a number of other things.
Yeah. Have you called her friends sluts, whores, and even the word in front of everyone?
Yes.
Everything my friends have done, you've done. And sometimes you've done it worse.
Did you tell your stepfather, I hope you die, hate you?
Yes.
Did you tell your mother she's a stupid bitch and a mother?
Yes.
Is that true?
No.
Do you hope your stepfather dies?
I hope he just disappears.
Have you told your sister she's just a piece of and the worst sister ever and a bitch?
Yes.
Is she?
Sometimes. Lately more being a bitch than before. She is, yeah, being a bitch.
But you think she's the worst sister ever?
I don't think she's the worst sister ever, no, but...
So you lie?
I don't lie. I just, in the moment, say what I say.
Has she punched you in the face?
Yeah.
She'd throw you against the wall, drag you around by your hair?
She has.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm angry.
Well, a lot of people get angry and they don't punch people in the face and drag them around by the hair.
Well, a lot of people don't go through everyday things that I've gone through, so...
So what have you gone through?
In my life.
Yeah. What is it that made you so mad?
You want me to start from the beginning?
I want you to tell me whatever you think tells you you have the right to insult people, punch people in the face, tell them you hope they die.
I never said I had a right to do it. I said
You do it, so you claim the right.
Right. So I'm angry. That doesn't mean I actually said I have the right. I don't think I have the right. I just do it because I'm angry, and I don't know where to put those anger feelings. There's a big difference between that, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
But if there's a difference, you justify it. You always justify it. So therefore, you do think you're right, and you think it's right.
This was going on even in high school, right?
Yes.
Did you get suspended for this kind of thing?
Yes.
Did you make a girl strip down naked? Because you were mad at her?
Yes. Because she was wearing my sister's clothes.
Did you get them?
I did, yeah.
You say you don't have the right to do this, but you claim the right when you do it. True?
If you think I'm claiming it.
You do.
I'm not claiming that I do it intentionally, but I do it. Doesn't mean I like it.
Are you doing it intentionally?
Right now?
No, when you do these things to people, when you insult people, when you say things to their face, when you punch them in the face, are you doing that intentionally? Or do you lose control?
I think maybe it's a combination of the two.
But you've been hurt. People have disappointed you.
Extremely.
Yeah. And so now it's get them before they get me.
Yes, you read my notes.
That's your theory?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, how's that working for you?
It seems to be a train wreck, obviously, because I'm losing my family.
You think you're ugly?
Physically?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think you're stupid?
No.
Do you think you're boring?
No. Do you?
Do I think you're stupid, ugly, and boring?
Yes.
No, but I think you must.
I don't think so. Why?
Well, you obviously, to me, have like zero self-esteem. Why do you laugh about that?
I just think that's the dumbest thing I've heard yet.
That's the dumbest thing?
Yes.
Okay. Is dumb above or below stupid?
Wherever you want to place yourself in that.
Because you said that the producers were stupid and I'm dumb.
Well, I didn't say the producer was stupid. I said that the question he asked me was stupid. So let's clarify that.
Okay. And I'm dumb because I think you have low self-esteem.
I think that was dumb, that what you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't have low self-esteem.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because I'm very comfortable in my own skin, and I know that for a fact, and I have no reason to have low self-esteem on a physical level.
I don't think you're comfortable in your own skin at all. And I think you have like zero self-esteem.
All right, well, you can prove it to me.
So if that's dumb, then you just have to decide it's dumb. Why else would you be constantly leveling?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean by leveling?
No.
See, when people have low self-esteem, they have to tear other people down. So they do one of two things. They either inflate their own ego, like, pump themselves up like they're all that, or they have to criticize the other people to shoot them down to their level because they see other people here and they see themselves here. And that's what we call brittle narcissism. And that's exactly what you do. You attack people with no provocation based on history because you can't stand to feel inferior. So you've got to tear other people down.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with it?
No, because, it's not what I want to think about people, or it's not how I want to act. So, there should be a difference in between wanting and actually not wanting.
Well, why are you so afraid?
Afraid of what?
Afraid of other people.
Because I would rather not waste my time and energy on somebody or people who are just going to, try and tear me down. So I try to get it out and move on.
But that's everybody, right?
Well,
you pretty much shoot at everybody.
90% of people you come in contact with are not really going to give a shit about you anyways that you meet. So what is the difference? That's my thought.
But that's you assuming that. And then there's people, you, who treat me and treat everyone like crap. So why are you, I don't understand how you can just go through life judging everyone, not giving someone the chance, anyone the chance. I was the one who made the comment thinking you have low self-esteem.
Oh, how nice.
Well,
it's fine.
Oh, I wasn't quoting you. That's my own observation.
Well,
if we agree,
I did
then,
make the quote.
Yeah.
I did say it,
Yeah.
something on that line.
Yeah, if we agree, then we agree.
Maybe you should be a doctor too then. I don't think I'm afraid. I just choose not to give people a chance.
How can you say you're not afraid? You said 90% of the people don't care about me,
Right.
so therefore they're going to treat me in some negative way, so I'll just get them before they get me.
Yes,
So
and
that's
move
a
on.
fear response. You fear they're going to get you.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
So you get them first. That is a fear-driven response.
Okay.
Is it not?
Okay, I actually kind of agree.
Okay, there you go. Well, maybe I'm only half dumb.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, next. Why is Andrea so angry? She hinted at it, but I'm going to tell you and her what I think's going on here. We'll be right back.
My sister gives me guilt trips by commenting that I have good friends and she doesn't have as many, or that I'm in such a good relationship with my boyfriend and she's not. Sometimes she'll say, oh, good for you, aren't you lucky, I have no one. Go back to your perfect life. And sometimes I've seriously considered terminating my relationships with these people to make her happy.
Well, Holly says her sister Andrea is a bully, has no filter when she opens her mouth. Now, according to Holly, her sister will belittle anyone from strangers to coworkers to her own family. You agree that you have anger just when you wake up in the morning. It's not in reaction to what somebody else does. You're just angry from the inside out, right?
I think for the most part, I'm angry from the inside out.
Who hurt you?
Everybody. I've had lots of people hurt me. Do you want specifics?
Yeah.
Family members, very, very good friends of mine that have come in my life and left my life, boyfriends, and everybody from people I work with to supervisors to management to everybody.
Do you consider that you've been abused?
On a emotional and mental level, yes, I feel that way.
What happened? How so? What do you categorize as being abused?
Anything that deteriorates my self-esteem and my feelings and my outlook on life, that's what...
So I'm talking about family members. What have they said or done that have hurt you?
I'm not up for discussion for that.
Have you had people do things to you, like grab you by the hair, pull you down the stairs?
I have had those encounters, yeah, I have.
And has that left you damaged?
Absolutely.
Why are you afraid to talk about the emotional abuse?
I think the emotional abuse is harder to discuss, and I think emotional abuse is something that stays with you a lot longer than physical abuse. So trying to talk about it is just a little bit more harder to do.
Yeah. You believe that it drives a lot of what you say and do.
Yes.
Isn't it true that at times in your life you stood in the gap and protected your sister?
Yes.
So you know in your own mind what it is that damaged you inside, but you don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Well, play what if with me for a minute. What if keeping it bottled up inside left you angry and bitter and resentful for the rest of your life? And talking about it allowed you to put it out where it A, relieved pressure, and B, allowed people that were offering to help you the ability to help you deal with it, heal from it, move past it.
So you're saying, what if I did that? I don't know. I think that it could go either way, so I'm not really willing to take that risk. Because I could get help for it, I could not. I don't really know.
But it's not working for you to keep it inside, right? Because you say, if I put it out there, I could get hurt.
Right.
But it hurts inside.
Right.
So you know it hurts the way you're dealing with it. You might get hurt if you put it out. So it's, I'm definitely in pain by keeping it inside. I might be in pain if I don't keep it inside. Seems to me like your better odds are to have the courage to give it a voice and talk about it.
But this is just a what-if game.
I hate to see you squander an opportunity to truly get yourself a chance to be free.
Okay,
I hate to see you come to the precipice, get to a threshold, and not stand up for yourself at that point and get some help.
Ask your first question.
What has hurt you the most?
That I have not been considered good enough. It's always my fault. It's my fault for this. It's my fault for that. I have the big mouth. I'm the one who says everything. I'm the one who gets in trouble. The mental and emotional abuse is what hurts. The lack of understanding and the fact that nobody listens.
Do you think I'm listening now?
I think you're tuned in. I think people who really listen are the ones who are going to understand at the end.
There's one person in this world that you know absolutely loves and cares about you.
Yes.
And you know you'll eventually drive her away.
Understand.
She's gone a long way to get you here, to try and get you help. Look her in the eye right now.
And?
Ollie, tell her what you want for her. Look her in the eye, don't look away.
I want my sister back. I want a role model again because it's gone. I want to be proud to be your younger sister and to not be scared to take you places or what you're gonna say to people. But I want you to love yourself like you did.
What do you miss about her?
Everything. I mean, I look at her and it's not my sister anymore. Nothing about her is her. We don't talk anymore like we used to. I don't...
Look at her.
Well, I have to look at the napkin to open it.
I don't confide in her. I don't go to her for help anymore because I'm scared to feel stupid in my decisions. I'm scared to tell her if something good goes on in my life because I know that she's dealt with so much in the past 2 years. I feel guilty if something's going right for me and it's not for her. I can't stand up for you and be there for you and have to apologize for you anymore. I can't do it. And I can't be the punching bag.
Do you want her in your life?
100%.
Because even though you try to be strong and steel yourself against things, you do get hurt.
Yeah.
And isn't it nice to have someone in your life at that time, somebody you can depend on?
Yes.
Did it hurt when you lost your grandfather?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was my role model. You hit a soft spot, Dr. Phil.
Did he believe in you?
Yes.
100%.
100% with everything I wanted to do.
So you knew every day you woke up, there was somebody in this world that thought you were special.
Yeah.
Somebody in this world that believed in you,
Yeah.
saw your gifts, talents, everything about you, and then he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What did he want
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
for you in your life?
Probably just to enjoy it and have fun. He was always about having fun and not really listening too much to other people.
How long ago did you lose him?
When I was 13, 14, 10 years ago.
Still think about him?
Every day.
You don't want to lose her too.
No.
Do you love her?
Absolutely. With all my heart.
Do you care that you hurt her?
Absolutely.
But you don't care enough to stop it.
I don't know how to stop it. I do apologize because I do feel bad, but I don't know how to stop it.
We'll be right back. I have a belief, and I've said this before, that I think when people show anger and hostility and aggressiveness, that it's really just an outward manifestation of hurt, fear, and frustration. But that's really what's going on, isn't it?
That I'm hurt. Yes.
Scared and frustrated.
Yes.
Because you can't change what happened, and there's no way to make it fair. There's no way to make it fair. And not even God can change what has happened. But you can change what is happening.
Right.
And that's what you wanted to do, right? I mean, you're totally prepared to completely forgive her for anything, to ask for forgiveness for anything. You're totally ready to wipe the slate clean.
If she's willing to, I will.
But what she's telling you is she wants to, but she doesn't know how. She's like, I don't know how to not be reactive. I don't know how to not be explosive. I don't know how. It's just like somebody that's got a really bad sunburn and you come up and slap them on the back. It's not the slap that makes them cringe. It's that they're already burned. And isn't that what's happening with you?
Yes.
It's like you got a terrible sunburn. Your psychological skin is burned.
Yes.
And it doesn't take much to grate it and go, oh, geez. Whether it's traffic or somebody saying something stupid or somebody not being attentive or whatever it is. And so you got to heal the skin because you know how to be nice.
I do.
And you know how to control yourself.
Yes.
You've been very controlled here today with me.
Yes, so.
And I've asked you questions that you would rather not talk about, but you talked about it because you really want to change this.
Yes.
But first you got to heal what's happening inside, and it is too much for you to deal with. It takes professional help. And I am prepared to bring that to you. I am prepared to offer that to you just as a gift from us to you, privately, quietly, in your own place and time, to figure out what you have to do to let go of the anger. Will you accept that gift?
Yes.
I want to bring you that help because I think you deserve that help. And I think she deserves to have her sister back.
Thank you.
Will you give it a shot?
I'll give it a shot.
How'd I come out of this so far?
Do you want the truth?
Yeah.
I think I've heard a lot of the things you've said before.
Uh-huh.
I heard it from other people in research, and I mean, I'm not saying you're smart, but
Do I get a C?
you get you get a B.
A B?
Yeah, because and I say that because
You made a very valid point that I hope that my sister will be able to understand about the sunburn.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a very serious and honest opinion, and you're rarely right on for that.
And I just get a B?
Yes.
Because we haven't even been here an hour.
I know.
I think we've made quite a bit of progress in less than an hour.
I wouldn't argue your grade with me.
Yeah. Yeah. It could go down?
It could go either way.
I'm not going to give you a grade. I'm just going to give you a big push in the right direction. And I think I know what's going to happen. And I think when it does, I hope you pay it forward.
Thank you.
I hope you pay it forward. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll be right back. All right, joining us is Kristen Hayes, and Kristen is a representative from Four Circles Recovery Center, which is an innovative wilderness-based treatment program for males and females ages 18 to 28. And now these are folks with addiction and substance abuse problems, co-occurring mental health issues. They deal with all types of things of that nature. I sent Andrea backstage. I didn't let her stay. I said, I want you to go backstage because I told her as she was getting up, I'm not going to wait a week or a month. I want to get you help today. And the help that I had in mind for her is with Kristen and her great organization. You've had a chance to visit with Andrea. What did she have to say?
We presented the treatment opportunity for her and told her about Four Circles Recovery Center. It is a great blend of traditional therapy with wilderness therapy, and she accepted.
Okay. So my plan, and I want to be very clear about this, is Andrea needs help because she is wounded. And this is something that I think she's been living with for a long, long time. So if this is ever going to be dealt with, she's going to have the courage to do that. And so you guys are willing to take her into the program, get her focused on the issues that she needs to get this anger out and move forward. And that's the plan, right?
Definitely. The Four Circles will give her the opportunity to focus on herself, to learn new tools for communication and relationship skills with her sister and beyond. And she'll be able to take those skills and use them for the rest of her life. And yes, it's a great time for her to focus on herself and get that one-on-one counseling in a private environment. And we expect her to do very well.
All right. Well, we're going to be real interested to keep an eye on exactly how this all goes. All right, we spoke about the issue of bullying today. If you are being bullied, no matter how old you are, a child, a teen, or even an elderly adult, there is support. Log on to drphil.com and we'll have a list of every resource for every group that we think can be of help to you. And I want to thank all of my guests today, and of course, a special thanks to Kristen Hayes and the Four Circles Recovery Center, whose program puts a complete emphasis on the four circles of recovery: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And for more information on all of that, you can go to drphil.com. Thanks so much for being here. So long.
Today on A Powerful Dr. Phil.
How did you find out your daughter had died?
I found it on TV.
Oh, my Lord.
2 Virginia Tech students have been arrested after a 13-year-old girl was found dead.
Accused of plotting Nicole Lovell's murder.
Her mugshot looks like she has a scar going down her face. I'm pretty sure that would have been my daughter. I know she fought like a wildcat.
A warning for every parent.
Nicole had been talking to older guys. I took her phone from her.
Do you have those screenshots?
No parent should ever have to go through what we went through.
New details from the victim's family.
To think of the nightmare my baby went through.
Do you think she was abducted or seduced?
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Sorry, it's hard to look at him.
Well, how do you feel when you look at him?
I would like to get locked up in the same cell with him. I'm pretty sure I could get answers.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
What have police told you about how she died? On January 27, 13-year-old Nicole Lovell's family experienced every parent's worst nightmare. Their innocent young daughter vanished into thin air, leaving her bedroom door barricaded with a dresser and her window wide open. She had taken her cell phone and her special blanket decorated with cartoon minions, but left behind her life-saving medication. Her parents and police were baffled. As troubling clues started to surface, police began to fear the worst. Was Nicole kidnapped from her room? Did she run away to meet up with an older stranger? She seemed more interested in her stuffed animals than she was in boys, but as the frantic search continued, a secret online world came to light.
A little schoolgirl vanishes from her home. Her family finds a nightstand pushed against her bedroom door.
She crawled out the window with her cell phone and her minion blanket.
Family of a missing Blacksburg teenager is pleading for her safe return home.
13-year-old Nicole Lovell was last seen about midnight Tuesday at her family's apartment.
Someone has to know something about Nicole's whereabouts.
The night she disappeared, NBC says Nicole showed a friend texts from an 18-year-old man she said she was planning to meet.
The little schoolgirl tells her friends about a secret boyfriend.
The ground search began earlier this afternoon. A drone from Virginia Tech also aided in the search from the air. Nicole has taken meds twice a day since she had a liver transplant when she was just 10 months old. Her family says she has never gone this long without taking it.
She needs her medicine really bad.
Nicole's family says they believe someone is responsible for her disappearance, and that person is making their lives a nightmare.
This community is known for stepping up, and we need them to do that at this time as we pray for the return of a beautiful young girl.
Tragically, within days of her disappearance, Nicole was found dead by the side of the road. It didn't take long before police started to unravel what they suspected to be a twisted plot. It all began on what could have been any average night out for two Virginia Tech college students. The boy, an engineering major and collegiate athlete. The girl, a driven student who interned at NASA, ate at a restaurant, then went shopping like any normal teens. But prosecutors say they weren't just hanging out and running errands. They were allegedly plotting Nicole's brutal murder and then buying the shovel they eventually used to bury her body.
A shocking murder case in the state of Virginia where two Virginia Tech students have been arrested after a 13-year-old girl was found dead 3 days after she went missing.
Missing 13-year-old Nicole Lovell's remains were found by police today. They say that her body was found in Surrey County, North Carolina, near the state's border.
My daughter, Nicole Lovell, Coley is what we called her, had a passion for pandas, music, dancing, dreamed of being on American Idol.
Virginia Tech University students David Eisenhower and Natalie Keepers were arraigned in connection with Lovell's murder.
A murder mystery that has puzzled investigators.
Nicole's connection to Eisenhower and Keepers may be social media. According to NBC News, Nicole was active on Twitter and a Facebook forum called Teen Dating and Flirting.
Eisenhower used this relationship to his advantage to abduct and then kill her.
At the Maryland High School, where he was a star athlete, his former principal said the teen fit in like any other student.
Very goal-driven, focused on his academics, but he also was very focused on running.
Prosecutors spell out alarming new details about the killing of Blacksburg teen Nicole Lovell.
Commonwealth's attorney Mary Pettit said Natalie Keepers killed someone she never even met
because she wanted to be part of something secret and special with David Eisenhower. She says the two plotted and planned, even sat inside a Blacksburg restaurant to bounce ideas off each other long before Nicole disappeared. The plan, Pettit said, was to lure Nicole Lovell out of her house under the guise of a date with Eisenhower and take her to a remote location where he would kill her. At one point, they bought a shovel and picked out the location for the killing.
Did one lure the little girl online, the other mastermind dumping her body by the highway like she's trash.
Prosecutors say Eisenhower stabbed Nicole to death. Then keepers helped load her body into the trunk of Eisenhower's Lexus to dump it. Pettit says they drove to a Walmart to buy cleaning supplies.
13-year-old Nicole Lovell was laid to rest today. A large turnout as family and friends gathered to remember Nicole and say their final goodbyes.
Nicole touched many people throughout her short life.
You may have noticed that we have no studio audience today. This is due to the very sensitive nature of this story and how fresh this tragedy is for this grieving family. Nicole's father, David Lovell, is here today in an exclusive interview, speaking out for the first time since the tragic loss of his daughter. One thing you won't hear me say today is I know how you feel. Yes, sir. Nobody can, right?
I don't even really know how I feel. You know, how lost can you be when you lose your youngest daughter, especially to the way my daughter was taken from us.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you saying to yourself at this point?
Well, I was asked the other day, when is it time for Dad to mourn, the loss of my daughter? I said, I'm constantly mourning, but I have to stay strong for my other kids and my family. But as far as feeling on the inside, just a shell of a man. There's so much heartbreak and regret, all the good memories that me and Nicole had, all the bad memories that me and Nicole had, they all kind of run in together. It's always the thought in the back of your mind, well, what if I would have been more there, more into her life, more of a part of her life? I'm going to stop this.
How did this happen? How in the world did you go from what we're seeing right here to her being taken from this world? How in the world did we get in this situation?
Now, see, that's what I'm asking myself. How can it go from, me and my happy little girl, to, hell, she was murdered a few days later, I talked to her, it was about a week before she went missing, and everything was normal, She was, my little baby girl.
No signs?
No, not to me, there wasn't. This social media and the kick and everything, even the things they teach in the kids in school seems to be making them so smart that if they want to keep their parents out of it, they can.
She was still a child.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this bear that you have, she loved pandas.
She loved pandas. And actually one of her best friends, Natalie, gave this to me at Nicole's viewing, to keep with me as a reminder of Nicole.
Did she ever talk to you about having a boyfriend or anything?
Now, to me, when she talked about having a boyfriend, it was a joke. She was kind of like, Dad, I have a boyfriend, this and that, because she knows, she was my baby. If she told me that she had a boyfriend, I would just thought she was joking because she's not going to admit that to me.
Right. She was 13.
Yes, sir.
This little girl had fought off death more than once.
Oh, yes, sir. She was a miracle child. She was. I did not think that she would make it to her 5th birthday.
Right. And why not? What was wrong with her?
Well, she had her liver transplant.
And why did she have to have a liver transplant?
When she was born, her liver was deformed and it was on the outside. And after that, she had MRSA.
She had a tracheotomy scar.
Yes, sir.
And when was the tracheotomy performed?
It was during the liver transplant.
Did she ever talk to you about it? Did she ever say, why me? Why do I have to go through this?
Not really. I mean, she would talked to me a little bit about being bullied.
What would they bully her about?
Her scar, her trachea scar, and because of some of the medication, you know, I mean, she was a little heavier.
So how did it affect her when they did that?
Try to explain to her, girl, you're beautiful. I mean, you know, I done what any dad would do. Tried to talk my daughter up as high as I could because I know that she was an angel.
Right.
You know, and kids can be mean.
When she left, she took a small suitcase with her.
As far as I know, she took...
And she had a blanket.
A few things, yes, sir. I do know she had the blanket with her.
And tell me about that blanket.
I mean, it was, you know, a small child's blanket, a Minions. It was a Minions blanket, kind of like a blankie.
And when she goes out the window, she takes...
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
That blankie with her.
But she did not take her medications. That's the big question in my mind.
Was she responsible about taking her medication?
She knew that her medications is what kept her alive, yes. Like 7:15 in the morning, 3:15 in the afternoon, and then another one before bed at night, you know, for her liver transplant.
Right.
Anti-rejection medicines.
So she knows, even if she's like going off and thinking, I'm just going to go have this wonderful love connection, love tryst or whatever, she knew, I'm going to have to get back for my medicine.
Exactly.
Or I'm not going to be very good company by afternoon.
Exactly. And by nighttime, she's going to start convulsing, going into a coma type situation.
Does that tell you that she predicted being back in time to take the next dosage?
That's what I think.
Do you think she was abducted or seduced?
I do not know. That's a good question. You know, a girl with self-esteem issues anyway, if somebody told her some good things about her, of course it would be easy to seduce, you know, a bullied little girl.
This young man that's accused of taking her life was older and in college. Would this be someone that she would be vulnerable to his attention, that she would be vulnerable to his affections, that he could turn her head?
Honestly, sorry, it's hard to look at him.
Well, how do you feel when you look at him?
I would like to get locked up in the same cell with him. I'm pretty sure I could get answers out of him. I mean, you know, took my little girl. We found out that Nicole had been on social media talking to inappropriate people, talking to older guys, which you could tell these older guys had fake profiles.
2 Virginia Tech students are now in custody in connection to the death of Nicole Lovell.
Police say Eisenhower knew Lovell beforehand and planned her death.
Do you have any doubt that it was him?
In my mind, I don't know. I know he played a part. I'll go that far. As far as who was the mastermind, who planned it, you know, there's rumors, but I don't know. But I know that there was some connection.
How did you find out that she died?
I found out on TV.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, I can't
so
say
sorry.
anything about the Blacksburg Police Department, Virginia State Police, or the FBI about that, because that was simply a screw-up. They simply forgot, basically, to let me know that that was coming out in the news conference. They did. They explained. They apologized and said it would never anything like that happen again.
You knew she had been missing?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we knew 3 days. As soon as she went missing, Nicole's mother, Tammy, had called me at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know if she had called the police yet. She said the only thing that they knew was Nicole had been in contact with someone named David. My name's David. So they immediately called me.
So how did she find out she was missing? Did she tell you?
She went in to give Nicole her morning dose of anti-rejection medicine. There was something blocking the door, but when Tammy went in, the window was open. She realized Nicole was gone.
So she had to push the door open?
As far as I know, yes, sir.
And she thought, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This can't be good. Whatever happened, whether somebody came and got her or she went out, this is not good.
Because the temperature that night was 21 degrees. 22 degrees, something like that, you know. So I'm sure Tammy did completely freak out, especially only thing Nicole took was a blanket and maybe a long sleeve shirt.
When Nicole's mother called you, did y'all's mind immediately go to this social media?
Yes, sir.
Did either of you ever talk to her about being on the internet?
It was addressed before Christmas, actually. We found out that Nicole had been on social media talking to inappropriate people. For a 13-year-old little girl, I thought some of the things that were said was inappropriate from my daughter. So Nicole's phone was supposed to be taken, disposed of, whatever. Any kind of contact with anything, and obviously.
So this was right before Christmas?
Yes, it was. The last time I saw Nicole was December 19th. It was the last time I saw her alive.
What sites was she on that caused you to be concerned?
Kick was the main one.
She was on Kick then in December?
Yes, sir.
You know, we're talking about Kick, and so people know Kick is a popular messaging app. Law enforcement officials say the trouble with it is it shields the user's true identities, and it's used by 40% of American teenagers. What did you and her mother see that caused you concern? You said some of the things she was saying you didn't like.
Of course not. I mean, no father wants to see things like that coming out of their daughter. Talking to older guys, which you could tell these older guys had fake profiles. They were pretending to be young guys.
How could you tell that?
Just by the way you can tell a fake picture on the internet. I mean, you can from a profile. Some of the things they said were way too grown up for the picture they had.
It was obvious to you, but was it obvious to her?
To Nicole, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And how did you see it? Did she show it to you? Did you?
Well, over Christmas, I took her phone from her and looked at it. When I saw it that way, my daughter in Ohio had dug around in Nicole's Instagram accounts and Kick and so on, and she screenshotted me a few of those, you know, and let me know, hey, Dad, you know, my little sister's screwing up here. Y'all need to do something.
Do you have those screenshots?
I'm pretty sure.
I would love to see those. They would be such powerful teaching tools.
They would.
For parents in America.
That's my mission, you know. To heck with the dad that lost his daughter. That's not the point. I want to get out the word for the next little girl that might get in this situation, or the next dad that might lose his daughter. You know, let's shut this down so it don't happen again.
I don't say heck with this dad that's lost his daughter.
Thank you, sir.
You matter now. This isn't just a teaching tool. You matter now. What did you see in those messages that made you think of that the minute she went missing?
It was him and her girlfriend, boyfriend, she found out, killed my daughter.
So you don't know yet in your mind and heart whose hand she actually died in.
The little schoolgirl tells her friends about a secret boyfriend. It's critical evidence located inside the perp's car.
They were sleigh riding in the snow in the back on the hill, and she was talking about this boyfriend she had that was 18 and went to college, and his name was David, and showed some text messages off of Kick.
What did you see in those messages that made you think of that the minute she went missing? What was in those messages that made you go, that social media, this older guy?
Well, that's it. I mean, she would not have had contact with any older guys, especially without social media. And I don't really know how to say it, but for my daughter to just run away, that's not my daughter. You know, it almost was instantly, you know, something had to have happened.
Why would this young man that is alleged to have killed your daughter, why would he do that?
I don't know. Was him and her girlfriend, boyfriend, she found out, killed my daughter. I don't know. You know, that's one thing. Were Nicole and this boy having some sort of relationship, some sort of talk, some sort of contact? My daughter, Nicole, you know, wanted to report it or something to that effect, and they killed her for that. I don't know. It's just so hard to fathom, you know, how two people could do it at all. much less trying to make sense of it, to think of the nightmare my baby went through.
So you don't know yet, in your mind and heart, whose hand she actually died in?
No, sir.
You know, one theory, as hard as it may be to hear, is that this alleged predator that's alleged to have murdered your daughter had a relationship with her where he had raped her and murdered her to cover it up.
That's one detail that I don't know. I do not know. Nobody,
that's all allegation.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I do not know about the sexual anything. They have not told me. No one has told me. Whether it happened, probably.
Yeah, that's one possible motive.
Most definitely.
You know,
but
and again, these are all allegations.
Exactly, and there's so many unanswered questions right now.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
I don't want to speculate too much, because then I'm just going to drive myself crazy.
Evidence alleged is that this had been planned for a good while.
That's what I'm hearing, yes, sir.
This was very premeditated.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing, months they've been planning this.
What have police told you about how she died? What was her likely reaction at the time?
I bet she fought like a wildcat. The keeper's girl in her mugshot looks like she had a scar. That would have been my daughter trying to fight back. The plan was to cut my daughter's throat.
And do you know if that was done?
My daughter, Nicole Lovell, Coley is what we called her. She was born May 3rd, 2002. Coley had a passion for pandas. Music, dancing, dreamed of being on American Idol someday. Her favorite color was blue. Nicole was a very lovable person. Nicole touched many people throughout her short life.
Nicole's mother, how is she doing?
She's broken. Nicole disappeared from her place. So Tammy she's completely devastated.
What have police told you about how she died?
Well, I know she was stabbed. And I know that they even said this in court, that the plan was for him to cut Nicole's throat, to cut my daughter's throat. That's all I know. Take her to some spot in Montgomery County and cut her throat. Montgomery County, Virginia.
And do you know if at least that was done?
I know her throat was not cut. But I do know she was stabbed to death.
David, I'm so sorry. I'm just...
At the funeral home, when they brought her to the funeral home, I couldn't look at her body. I don't want to know where she was stabbed. I don't want to know if there was any kind of, how does the dad say this? What my daughter went through. I know that she was murdered. And I know that I want justice for that. But as far as going in and seeing the wounds and so on, I'm not man enough to handle that. I couldn't be as strong as I am right now if I would have seen that.
Knowing your daughter as you do,
yes, sir.
What was her likely reaction at the time?
I bet she fought like a wildcat. She's my kid. I know she fought like a wildcat. The keeper's girl in her mugshot looks like she has a scar right there. You can see it in those pictures right there. You can see the scar going down her face. And I'm pretty sure that would have been my daughter trying to fight back.
Don't know if that's from her or not,
I do
but
not.
It would certainly indicate that you wouldn't be surprised if that was from your daughter.
No, sir. No, sir. She would not have gone out without a fight.
You were in court.
I was.
What happened in court?
I didn't take my eyes off of her. I wanted every reaction from this girl.
You looked at her pretty hard.
Oh, yes, sir.
And what did you see?
If I could have killed her with my eyes, I would have.
You were in court.
I was.
What happened in court?
At the bond hearing for keepers. Well, they brought her out, and the lawyers, you know, of course, they gave a spiel as to why, you know, this girl deserved bond. And, you know, I was just awed by the gall of those people to even ask for bond. And, all right, for an example, one of the reasons why she stated she needed bond was because she wasn't getting her gluten-free meals in jail. I wish I gave about her gluten-free meals. She said in court that she had battled with depression, that she was in some counseling at Virginia Tech. You know, she had been bullied as a kid. What I want to know is how in the hell did that make her feel bullying my kid? Wouldn't that be a reason to help my daughter through this, not help end her life?
Did she actually speak in the hearing?
Yes, sir.
Keepers took the stand as she pled for bail, describing how she thought about suicide in 8th and 9th grade and started cutting. A psychiatrist prescribed medication for anxiety attacks and depression. Part of her argument for requesting bail was the jail is only giving her half the prescribed dose.
They said that they had cut her depression medication in half while she was in jail. I mean, what's the issue? She's in jail for murdering my daughter. I don't give a damn how depressed you are. You're good, be depressed.
Were they basically offering testimony as to her good character?
Yes, where she had never been in trouble before, and she was such a good student, and she was a NASA intern.
She had been part of some club? Disney princess?
Or something like that. I was so mad even to see this girl asking for bond.
It was reported that her lawyer stated that she had been a Disney princess, and that when he said that she laughed out loud.
I'm not sure. She was, you know, on the other side of the courtroom. I really didn't hear her laugh. Every time she looked at me or Tammy or my wife, she would look down. I didn't take my eyes off of her. I wanted every reaction from this girl.
You looked at her pretty hard?
Oh, yes, sir.
And what did you see?
If I could have killed her with my eyes, I would have.
Does she get the gravity of what she did?
I believe that she has regrets, kind of, for what she did, but they did not realize what they were doing when they did it. She looked just like that, right there, through court the entire time. She would smile, she would giggle sometimes, or she would look completely, you know, devastated sometimes.
If you're charged with the death and disposal of a child's body, what would be the occasion to giggle?
Exactly.
What would she giggle about?
I have no idea. I mean, it was like pouring salt on a wound, you know. I wish that the girl didn't have a right to smile, period. I don't care why she was giggling. There's nothing that's not sick and twisted about it.
She is reported to have made the statement that being involved in this murder, she felt that she was involved in something, quote, secretive and special, close quotes. What's your reaction to that?
I think it's a sick, twisted outlook on anything, especially the murder of another human being, much less the murder of a kid. Why in the hell would you go kill a kid? It makes no sense, Dr. Phil.
Did her parents speak?
Her parents did speak. My heart goes out to their parents, to Keeper's parents, because the dad got on, and he was truly, you could tell that he was awestruck by all this. They were completely in the dark. And I mean, he's lost his daughter too.
Did they show empathy for you?
No.
But yet you have empathy for them.
I'm a bigger man than they are, I guess.
Well, Nicole's stepbrother, Levi, is just 1 year older than Nicole. Was he also on this Kick app? I'd like to know what he knew about his little sister's private online world when we come back.
No parent should ever have to go through what we went through. I just thought, you know, she would be found, come back home.
Well, I'm so glad to meet the two of you and so terribly sorry for the occasion. Levi, I know you miss your sister.
Yeah.
Has it sunk in that she's gone?
Yeah, it sunk in the day that she went missing.
What was she like?
She was wonderful. I mean, she was my little sister. We used to play and run outside and everything, and ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes and everything else.
Yeah. When she went missing, what did you think?
I just thought, you know, she would be found in somebody's apartment or come back home.
Did she ever talk to you about this guy that she was talking to on Kick?
No, the last time that I talked to her was the 19th of December.
And are you on that app?
I deleted it as soon as I found out.
What was she like to be around?
Nicole was a joy all the time. No matter if you were down, if you were having the worst day in the world, Nicole could pick you up and, you know, your day.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
Was bright again. She loved life, period, and anything in it. She loved to go shopping. Me and her, you know, I'm not really a big shopper, but she, you know, anytime she was around, that's what she wanted to do. You know, let's go to the mall, let's go get her hair done, you know, whatever.
Did she ever tell you about any boyfriends or anything?
Back, you know, around Thanksgiving, she actually messaged me and said that she was being bullied at school, and there was a few girls that were picking on her because, you know, she was a little overweight. You know, and I basically did what any mom would do. You know, I tried to build her up, tried to tell her, you know, Nicole, you're so much bigger than that. You are smarter and beautiful. You know, she was a gorgeous little girl. She had a lot of self-esteem issues. The little girls picking on her at school didn't help that at all.
What do you think about these kids that were bullying her at school?
Kids are mean, but I don't think that they realize the damage they do to each other when they do bully or when they do pick on someone.
There are kids sitting there knowing, I bullied this girl. It affected her self-esteem, which made her vulnerable to being manipulated. And let me tell you, if your child is one of those people, you don't want to be in denial about that. You need to pull your head out of the sand and recognize that your child might be saying, my God, I bullied that poor girl. That made her vulnerable to some predator, and now she's dead. You need to help them face and deal with the gravity of what role they may have played. That child may be really feeling a lot of guilt, not ever having thought that this could have happened. What do you want people to learn from your sharing Nicole's story here?
Keep an eye on your kids. I mean, it's simple. It's not that hard. Keep an eye on their phones, on their computer. Any kind of social media they might have their passwords. You know, I'm not saying keep your kids away from everything, but at least be able to monitor what they are doing.
No parent should ever have to go through what we went through, and it was all preventable.
If you could roll the clock back, what would you do differently in this situation?
As soon as I heard about the social media apps and so on, the inappropriate things that were going on, I would have taken her phone, I would have put her, you know, I would have locked her down. And, you know, I would have grabbed her up and hugged her and told her, you're so loved, you know, you don't need to be worrying about all these boys, and you're beautiful as who you are. And so many regrets. I wasn't there for her when she needed me. There's no way to roll back the time.
Do you blame yourself for this?
I point a lot of blame at myself. Yeah. Yeah. As if I would have been there, maybe she wouldn't have went looking for acceptance from older guys. I mean, there's regrets I'll have and I'll never get over it. There's no amount of punishment for those two can give me my daughter back.
We do have a statement from Kick. Kick cooperates with law enforcement to combat child predators anywhere in the world, either upon provision of a court order or in emergency situations such as this one. We reached out to attorneys for David Eisenhower and Natalie Keepers. We did not receive a response before our broadcast deadline. I know that you haven't been there for your daughter as much as you would like, but you know that you've always had the best intentions, even if you didn't have the best outcome. You've never been anything other than a loving force and a soft place to fall for your children. You got to give yourself that. You said you have to be strong right now for your family and your other kids. I learned a long time ago that old saying, big boys don't cry, but men do.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
You've got other children, and they don't need part of their father. They need all of their father. They need their father's tears. They need their father's joy. They need all of it. You don't need to pretend. You got a wonderful young man down here. I mean, look at him. He's bright-eyed. He's bushy-tailed. He's healthy. I mean, Levi's a good kid. And you're not fooling him. Do you think he doesn't know that you're dying inside?
No, he knows.
Of course he does. And you need to show him that it's okay to hurt.
Right.
It's okay to be angry one day. It's okay to cry one day. And, look for the good things that are still there and celebrate her life. I don't like to spend time on the ugly and the perpetrators without celebrating the victim. This is just a wonderful poem that was written, and you wanted to read that, and I wish you would take a minute and do that.
Okay. I am with my Lord now. Although my time on earth is through, I will forever be in your heart. No more tears for me, you see. We will never be apart. I will walk among angels now. This is just amazing to see. No matter what, I want you to know one day you'll be with me. I may be gone, and this makes you sad, but know that I will always love you, and I'm with my Lord now, Mom and Dad. And that was from Justice for Children Without Voices charity by Anna Lyle and Misty Staples.
Some of the children that she knew wrote such beautiful things. Nicole will always be my bestie. We love her. We miss her. Kaylee wrote that. You'll be in my prayers. Bree wrote that. Nicole was a beautiful soul. Maggie wrote that. Here's another card. She loved pandas.
Yes, she
the
did.
panda card, and so many of her classmates all signed that. I want people to remember how many people loved and cared about
Yes,
her.
sir.
So I want to thank Nicole's family for bravely sharing their story. And listen, it's not spying on your children. It's not being intrusive to plug in and know what's going on. These days, you have to know where your children are all the time. They can be back in their bedroom. You think they're doing their homework, but in fact, they're online talking to people that they may not know. You're not the only voice in your child's ear, so you need to make sure you are the best voice in your child's ear. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nicole's family, and we wish them peace and healing. Now let's remember this beautiful, vibrant little girl who was taken away far too soon. Thanks for watching.
Coley had a passion for pandas, music, dancing, dreamed of being on American Idol someday.
She fought so hard to get to this point in her life, and it's just heartbreaking.
Her favorite color was blue. Nicole was a very lovable person. Nicole touched many people throughout her short life.
Remember her as the happy child she was, the girl that everybody loved.
Turn into emotional infidelity.
I don't call it cheating. I like the attention. I don't want to be used.
I've been very truthful.
You've been very truthful, but you went behind his back and wrote these love letters to his best friend.
Will this be their turning point?
Do you love your husband?
Of course I do.
Don't say, of course I do, like anybody could see.
We're here because we want to be together.
We are here because he wrote in because you were running around with other men having emotional affairs.
I was in denial.
I just want it to stop here.
I'm trying to get you to open your eyes and realize there are consequences. Amanda, you are about to lose everything. This is going to be a changing day in your life. I know things are tough out there, but we can do this. Here we go. I want you to get excited about your life.
4,
And ready, see.
Let's do it. Go, Dr. Phil. You are going to find today's show.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for links.
Oh, really, really interesting. I have a question for anyone married or in a relationship. Would it be okay with you if your spouse had close friendships with members of the opposite sex? I mean, if your husband had a female friend he spent a lot of time with, if your girlfriend or wife hung out with guys, emailed them, called them, had lunch with them, that would be okay with you. Well, but when does it go from a simple friendship to emotional infidelity? I mean, is there a line, and what constitutes crossing that line? We're about to meet a husband who says his wife has crossed that line. Randy says that during their 11-year marriage, Amanda has been emotionally unfaithful, in his opinion, time and time again. Now, he's a former Navy SEAL. He says he feels like he's in a constant state of red alert because he has to watch Amanda like a hawk, fearing she will cheat on him yet again.
Amanda's emotional affairs are at the heart of our problems. Sex or no sex, it's still being unfaithful. I can't trust her. I've lost jobs because I've had to follow her and keep an eye on her. Amanda will get distant, argumentative, sex going to maybe 2-3 times a month. Amanda cheating is no big thing to her. She thinks she's never crossed the line. She's never had sex with anybody else. I find it difficult to believe that she was able to kiss people, hug people, write I love you notes, email them, meet them in parking lots. If she's capable of going that far, why stop there?
Well, maybe some of you young mothers out there can relate to Amanda, who says she's not looking to replace her husband, but merely wants a little more freedom from Randy's controlling behavior.
The emotional affairs, I don't look at them as a big deal. I don't call it cheating. A quick hug was really all that I've ever done. I was never planning on having sex. I do like the tingly feeling you get as far as falling in love and the newness of it, but these were definitely just fantasies. Or maybe I really was just physically attracted and thought I was developing feelings, but I was never looking to replace my husband. If I had a little more trust, maybe it wouldn't even happen. Randy has spied on me. He drives by the house to see if I'm having someone over. He comes home and immediately checks the history on the computer to see what I've been doing.
I got this so that I could keep track of the wife on the internet. I could tell when she's on.
I don't have much of a life. I feel trapped in this house, in these walls. I do feel like I have to look over my shoulder even when I'm not doing anything wrong. I feel violated. I need some more freedom in this marriage.
Well, you heard Amanda say she's been involved in fantasies. Not real cheating, but you be the judge. Now, listen to this incident that happened between Amanda and a young man she met at her children's school.
He was about 20, and it started just by a physical attraction. I just looked at him, and I saw him every day for months before I even spoke to him. I never talked to him on the phone. I never emailed him. We did exchange some words.
I was devastated. I mean, here she is picking up our children. I couldn't believe that she could incorporate our children and cheating in the same thing.
This young man did tell me where he worked, and I ended up going to see him at his job. And I did give him a hug.
One night, Amanda made a big deal. She was going over to this girlfriend's house, who, come to find out, has an open relationship with her husband. They both have sex and girlfriends on the side. This woman told me that she had set up for Amanda to meet this kid. So what they were going to do was a little hookup. When I confronted Amanda, she denied it.
I had no intentions of having sex with this young man.
Well, most recently, Amanda has moved to online flirtations. This is starting to get involved with these social networking sites.
This last emotional affair that I had, I met him on Facebook. He applied to an application as far as being interested in me, and I thought that was kind of neat. And I pursued finding out who he was, and we corresponded via email 3 or 4 times. Randy, once he found out, he had checked my emails, called me, and made a big deal out of it.
She tells me that she likes to be on the internet, in chat rooms, talking to people, that it's no big thing. It's just a little fun. It's just a little flirting.
It was very, very innocent, almost like a friendship.
Okay, there's 3 things that I want to cover today. One is what you're doing. This, what I think is an infatuation addiction, where you say you like that tingly feeling. The second thing I want to talk about is, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, you know she's doing this, and you continue to just say, well, each time, I guess, is okay. And there's a dependency there that I'm troubled by.
Okay? Just because somebody messes up, or just because I'm not perfect, doesn't mean that I'm trash or that I need to be replaced. It means that I need to fix it. In some way, there's something that's not clicking that needs to be fixed.
Do you believe you teach people how to treat you?
No, I think you earn it.
Yeah, that's semantics. But we'll talk about that. That's one of the 3 things. I talked to you about is one. And then the third is just the dysfunctional nature of this relationship. See, I'm bothered by something that my dad used to say: for every rat you see, there's 50 you don't. And I think it's pretty naive, Randy, for you to believe that what you know is everything there is to know. You don't really
Correct.
think you know 100% of what's going on.
I don't know 100%, and I can be honest with you that I don't want to know 100%. I just want it to stop here, and I want to find out what I'm not doing to achieve some type of area where, when she needs something, or when she's in need of attention, or where she feels like she's just a monotonous everyday mother taking care of 3 kids, picking up her husband's laundry and doing, whenever she needs that extra attention, she comes to me.
So what are you looking for that you're not getting from him when you go out and do these things?
Well, to be honest, I like the attention. I mean, it really starts as a very innocent, flirtatious eye contact. It really isn't drawn out to become an affair. I never, ever wanted to step out on him at all, ever. These were during times where we were either arguing a lot or we weren't talking. We need to learn how to communicate. We have a hard time communicating how we feel. A lot of these things are unresolved, and they bring up really, really hurtful feelings when we try to talk about it.
Okay, this is a truth test, by the way. Because listen, if y'all come in here and you try to be right and kind of cover things up and all of that, then we're just going to waste our time.
It wouldn't help us
if you're not willing to take a hard look, you say, oh, I don't want to know things. Yes, you do. You want to know what you need to know to fix this situation.
I want to make sure I'm not crossing the line and controlling my wife. I want her to have her freedom. I want her to be gone and go with her girlfriends, call me one night and say, hey, listen, you know what? I had a couple drinks. I don't want to drive home. I'm going to stay here with so-and-so. And believe that and be able to rest that night knowing.
You don't want to be controlling, but you don't want to be a schmuck either.
No, I don't want to be taken for a fool.
Yeah.
I don't want to be used, but I also
You playing him for a fool?
No. We've been married for 11 years. You know,
Okay,
I love
well,
him very much.
okay, well, we're going to talk about that. This is a truth test, because I'm telling you, this thing can be fixed, and it can also go in a real bad way. And right now, it's headed in a real bad way. Randy says Amanda failed her biggest test when she tried to cheat with his best friend, a rock and roll singer. But she says, oh, you know, we weren't really headed anywhere. We weren't really doing anything. I just was chatting him up. We'll hear about that painful incident when we come back.
You have to catch Amanda. You have got to get dirty. You have got to sacrifice everything to find out, because Amanda will lie till her grave.
Okay, we're talking about what happens when a spouse looks outside the marriage for friendship. Sometimes that friendship can cross the line into emotional intimacy. Then it's a short step to physical interaction. Trust me, the grass is not always greener. In the case of Randy and Amanda, Randy says the most damaging betrayal happened when his wife went behind his back and wrote a love letter, not to him, but to his best friend.
The attraction to my husband's best friend was definitely physical, and he was in a band, and that kind of turned me on a little bit too. Part of me dreamt about being with him, but these were just fantasies. What we did was we talked on the phone, and we would kind of just make eye contact when he was visiting Randy. I was falling in love. I did write him a letter stating that I had feelings for him, and that's how it ended.
I was devastated. I was done. He showed me the letters, and he let me listen to the voicemails that she had left for him, saying how much she thought about him, and that every time she listens to his voice, she thinks he's singing to her. Her feelings are for him, but, you know, she's married and she feels torn, but yet she wants to pursue and see if maybe we can't get together somehow. I went out to the bar, and I went back to the house. Anything that we had had sex in, gave to each other, I destroyed.
He was very, very drunk. The police came. We ended up separating that night.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
What would have happened if this guy hadn't fronted you out?
Honestly, I really don't know. I was in denial, and I probably would have just continued to go with it.
So it got interrupted because he went to your husband and said, your wife's writing me love letters. Right. Which seems like a pretty good friend to me that he would do that. I don't know the rest of him, but at least he told you the truth. What's happened in the ones where you haven't been caught?
They were very innocent. I mean, there's only been the ones that have been talked about on the show. I mean, I've been very truthful. I want to help our marriage, so I'm not trying to...
You've been very truthful, but you went behind his back and wrote these love letters to his best friend. That's not truthful, is it?
No.
And you hid that from him.
Right.
What did you say in the letter?
I said that, you know, I was developing feelings for him, and I wanted to see how he felt and things like that.
You wanted to explore it.
I mean, I was drinking a lot during that time, so I was leaving these messages when I was...
Right. Then there's this young man at your daughter's school. You said there's nothing to that. You were just going over to this open marriage couple to meet with him for...
I only left the house to bring the girls to school, and he was there every day. It really was just a matter of making eye contact, and that's all it was for a few months. You know, and then I finally said hello, and I mean, it really didn't go very, very far at all.
Do you think that this is appropriate behavior?
I do not.
Because what you said also, which I thought was really interesting, so much so I wrote it down, you said, I need more trust. If I had more trust, then maybe this wouldn't even happen. I feel violated because he's monitoring you, right?
I understand he has to. I mean, I don't know how I would react if
Dr.
the roles
Phil,
were reversed.
I would never. I'm tired of it. I have 3 daughters. I don't want 4. Okay? I'm tired of watching. I'm tired of everything else. I want to be able to go to work and know that the woman that I chose to have children with, to live the rest of my life with, is actually keeping my home safe and not allowing negative influences, negative things. Just, you know, the house is supposed to be a wholesome place. It's supposed to be safe and kept safe for your children and for each other.
Okay, but just on what we know, she didn't cheat on you once. She didn't cheat on you twice. She didn't cheat on you 3 times or 4 times. She cheated on you 5 times that you know about. And it is insanely naive to believe that that's the only things that have ever happened.
Correct.
You are a 100% efficient detective.
I am no idiot.
Yeah. So your belief is that if he would be less controlling, then you wouldn't do these things.
Well, I think we kind of feed into each other because of what I've done. He feels like he needs to do that, and then I kind of react, and it kind of just goes back and forth.
Yeah, if somebody's picking your pocket every day, you tend to watch your pocket.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, isn't that the deal?
Right.
And it's hard to forgive somebody if they're still picking your pocket.
Right.
And aren't you picking his emotional pocket?
I am.
And you, come on, you know the impact of this. You know it's tearing him up. But you would rather get this little tingly high feeling than save him from this pain that he's experiencing?
No, I want it from him. I definitely want to learn how to change things and get it from him.
I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've done the attention thing. I've done going home and telling her the floor was clean, the counter was clean. I've told her thanks for my laundry, thanks for the kids, I've tried to, you look beautiful, God, you look sexy in the morning, you know, whatever it takes to try to build her self-confidence up, but
Well,
I'm
I'll tell you
lacking.
what, I got some good news and some bad news.
Give me the bad first.
I'm going to tell you both right after the break.
Once I go to work and I'm outside the home, I am a little bit afraid my emotional affairs will turn sexual. I can't say that they will, but it's always been places where I'm at all the time, where I would find and connect with someone. It's not something I'm looking for.
I'm afraid when Amanda gets out of the house for a job that this marriage isn't going to make it.
Well, Randy is worried that when Amanda goes back to work, which is coming up soon, that the trouble will start again. Amanda was fired from her last job when she crossed the line with a patient who was in her care while she was working as a nursing assistant at a psychiatric hospital.
He was a psychiatric patient. He was about 41. Somebody I saw every day. Somebody that I found to have a good sense of humor. I enjoyed being around him. I thought I was developing feelings for him.
Amanda was being accused of having oral sex with that patient. I was shocked. Couldn't believe it. Again.
They didn't have any proof.
She was responsible for helping that person. She was hurting that person. I was in the car and found her with the psychiatric patient. She started screaming to me, I don't want to do nothing with you anymore. I don't want you. I don't love you. Go away.
Now, let me ask you something. Did any stop signs ever go up in your mind that says, this is inappropriate?
Of course.
And what did you say to yourself?
I was able to push that thought away just because of the way I felt towards Randy at the time.
It was interesting when you said that the allegation was that you had oral sex.
Right.
And your response on the tape was not, didn't happen. Your response was, they have no proof.
But it didn't happen. I've never had sex with
Then
anyone.
what you said. What you said was, they've got no proof. And I didn't just come in on a load of turnips. I hear what's said and what isn't said. You didn't say it didn't happen. You said they have no proof.
Right. I'm not trying to hide anything.
So you said you liked the attention and you were feeling rebellious.
I do, yeah, I did, yes.
Okay. Well, the hospital didn't see it that way. They thought this was highly inappropriate and fired you.
Of course it is, of course.
I said before the break I had some good news and some bad news.
Was that the bad news?
The good news is you said, I want to know what I need to do. I need to know what I need to stop doing or start doing so I can really connect here.
I've been to my doctor for the last 3-4 years. I've been on whatever type of medication to try to change me so that I could fit the puzzle piece that she needs. And that's just so stupid.
Well, the good news is this has nothing to do with you. The bad news is this has nothing to do with you.
So how can I be of some assistance to this? I can't just sit down and watch
You can be of some assistance. No. You can be of some assistance, but you need to understand the problem you have right now is I may very well know more about you than you know about yourself. You know and I know that it's convenient to criticize him when this is all about you. Are you honestly telling me that when you are sending love letters to his best friend, getting involved with a psychiatric patient in the hospital, setting up a meeting with a young boy at an open couples home, that's all because he doesn't communicate with you?
That was what Randy assumed. I never was willing to, I was never going to go have sexual relations with him in any way.
I know, that's what you said all along.
Right.
You never intended.
And that's the truth.
Well, that may be true. It may be true. I don't believe it. There's one level at which I do believe it. Because I believe you are scared to death of intimacy. Mm-hmm. And so I think there is a point that you get to where you probably would bail in most situations. I don't think it's because of any integrity. I think it's because of a fear of intimacy. I don't think you are comfortable at all being open and vulnerable. I think you like the power. I think you like the exhilaration. I think you like being able to set it up and make it work so you can prove that you have this attractiveness, that you have this desirability. And I think you've been searching for that for a long, long time. Wasn't he the first guy you met when you left your dad's place?
We were working in the same restaurant.
Right,
Yes.
and that's where you met him.
Right.
So you go get a job, and you walk in, and you meet him the first day.
Yes.
And how long before you went out together outside the restaurant?
We went out that night.
That night?
Yeah. We had ice cream that night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually had our first kiss that night.
Yeah. You ever wonder if she was running toward you or away from where she had been? And there's a big difference. Girls leave their families for one of two reasons. They're either running towards somebody they really want or running away from something they do not want.
I think it was a little bit of both, I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm not going to put myself down and make it look like I wasn't a catch. So I'm going to put a little bit on both, okay? I'll put a little bit on both.
Yeah. Yeah. How much older are you, Randy?
I'm starting to feel ancient. I'm
8 years older than
9
me.
years.
Think that anything to do with the attraction?
I was very physically attracted to him immediately.
Yeah.
What do
You
think
said
of
you
daddy
liked the
syndrome?
fact that he was older.
Yeah. I felt like I needed someone to protect me. At the time, we were both coming from very hard times in our life.
You know, the worst thing that can happen in a marriage is for there to be a parent-child relationship.
Correct.
Where you're seen as the parent, the disciplinarian, the rule setter, the boundary keeper, the one that sets all the standards and guidelines, because then that's like dad. Right. And you know what happens when kids grow up? They rebel against dad. They break off, they peel off, they start going out and, dating and stuff like that.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
I wonder if there's a dynamic here where this has been defined in a parent-child way. You're older. You are the one that monitors everything, sets the rules, and holds her to a standard, right?
Yes.
And you rebel against that, do you not?
Yeah.
Then we say, well, gee, this doesn't seem to be working. All right, coming up, what happened in Randy's past that I think is playing a major role with part number 2. I said part number 1 is why Amanda is addicted, in my opinion, to this infatuation high. And part 2 is why is Randy reacting to this the particular way that he is. We'll be right back.
When I was a child, I was abused. I was always shoved around, shown that I was undesirable and incapable of being loved or cared for. As soon as I came home from school, I was locked in my room because they didn't trust me. There was no sports, there was no playing outside. I never really experienced security or true love.
Well, that was Randy, who is struggling in his marriage because his wife, Amanda, continues to have relationships that, in my opinion, in his opinion, and I think even in her opinion, crosses the line. She's looking for comfort. She's looking for exhilaration outside the relationship. You have tried to police this, thinking that if you put up enough fences, if you put up enough monitoring devices, you can stop it before it starts.
So far, I've caught it before. It's gotten to a point where I couldn't accept.
But you don't really know how far they went. All you know is what you know. You don't know what you don't know.
I can't let my mind run wild. It does it all day long. I can't let my mind play with me. I'm in control, not my mind. So there's no possible way that I can picture it going farther. I have, and it's affected certain outcomes and arguments and discussions because I've actually been able to picture it going farther.
Do you think we're products of our learning history?
It's no excuse. It's no excuse for me to make mistakes in the future. If I've already made them, it's no excuse.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not offering it as an excuse. I'm just wanting to be sure we understand everything that's going on here. You want to have a stable, happy, healthy
safe
relationship.
Yes.
And safe is a good word.
Safe is my number one thing.
You want to be able to go to bed at night and not have to worry if your world's crumbling around you. And in fact, you go to bed every night
with the world crumbling around me,
feeling that it is in fact crumbling around you.
And lately, the stress has become physical on him. The anxiety from worrying, and it becomes very physical.
Okay, so, and you know these things about him, right? And isn't it odd that the very thing you do to fill your own need is the worst thing you could do in hurting him?
I do tend to run on my emotions, and that's been getting me in trouble. I need to learn different ways, and what I need to do is be able to go to him and say, look, it's happening again. I just never did that. I never felt comfortable going to him initially and saying,
okay, now respond to my point. What I just said is you have made a decision that based on results is very selfish, it's self-serving, it's egocentric. I know what I'm doing creates him the #1 pain in his life. I'm going to do it anyway.
Despite the fact that it's selfish behavior, I'm not a selfish person, and I never intended on, I don't know how it's going to look, but I never intended on any of this to happen. It was never anything I was looking for.
You have had 5 assignations that have destroyed his feelings of safety and security. And your response was, I wrote it down, Randy responded badly. You respond badly.
What am I supposed to do, throw a party?
I don't know.
He's justified in feeling that way.
One would think. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to get you to open your eyes and realize when I do this, there are consequences. It's like, this feels good to me. I won't think about what this does to my husband, to my children.
That's exactly
what is this, the Scarlett O'Hara School of Management? I'll think about this another day.
Right.
I mean,
that's what I do.
But that you can't do that and expect this marriage to survive, right? All right, Amanda and Randy's 3 little girls are suffering the fallout from mom and dad's problems. I mean, kids are so receptive. We'll talk about that when we come back.
The girls are at school. I feel lonely. I should be able to go and meet with a friend for lunch, but there's no trust. Randy checks on me. I need to go through him as far as making a decision. It's a permission thing.
Amanda has trapped herself. She has made herself a prisoner of all the guilt. If I left her, she'd be emotionally unstable on medication with no control over her life.
Well, we're talking about a marriage rocked by a pattern of emotional infidelity and, according to the wife, over-control by the husband. I mean, all of this is just a cycle. It's happening over and over, and it's affecting the children, as anybody would predict. Randy and Amanda are making the big mistake, hashing all of this out in front of their daughters and involving them in the details of these emotional affairs.
The kids see everything. I think they're feeling resentful towards me. They don't want to come to me about certain things. Maybe they don't trust me. They think I'm going to leave.
I crossed the line when they were in the car when I was looking for my wife. And when I burst out and say mean things to my wife, my oldest one, she's pretty understanding. The middle child is resentful towards her mother. And the younger child, just a few months ago, when she's come up when her mother and I were arguing and said, Mommy, I don't want you guys fighting. I don't want you to go find another man. That's pretty sad for your 4-year-old to be saying that.
Amanda, you are about to lose everything. You are emotionally promiscuous. Do you get that?
Yeah, I do.
You two are pulling out the worst characteristics of each other.
In front of
you
the
are
children.
bringing out the worst in him. He is bringing out the worst in you. And your children are in the front row watching all of this.
I just want to say, we don't deliberately talk in front of them. Our house is very small, and they just hear us. And we argue, and they hear us.
Okay, well, then I'll chat with them, and I'll tell them that they didn't mean to scare you half to death. They didn't mean to make you think your whole world is going to come apart. They didn't mean to make you say, Mommy, I don't want you to have another man. Come on.
The only reason she said that is because she heard us talking about it. She's only 5. She doesn't remember.
And how did she hear you talking about it?
Well, we talk about
because
it
you were talking about it within earshot of her. That is irresponsible, and it, again, is selfish. You want to vent at the time, so you argue, and it changes who they are.
Can I just say something? Whenever we try to talk about anything and we start arguing, this comes up. So, yeah, it's not just me talking about it.
Yeah, this is kind of the elephant in the living room.
Correct.
I will take responsibility for the fact that our children hear everything. I will take all of it.
I don't want you to take responsibility for it. I want you to stop it. You need to stop doing this. Get in the car. Drive down the street if you need to talk about this. Don't do it in front of the children. It scares them to death.
That's my fault. I can't let her take the heat for that. It's my fault. When I see something that is not done, Dr. Phil, or something that is not finished, or there are open questions, it's got to be a complete package or it's not finished with me. And I can't sit here and go a day, 4 hours, and say, well, I'll just wait till the kids are in bed and then I'll talk to her. I got to know now.
Not only can you, you must. You are making these children pay for this, and they're innocent in this. You guys, this is what I mean. You're bringing out the worst in each other. Look, you have a problem with intimacy. You are addicted to this constant high, which means emotionally, you are fixated at this 16-year-old level. You're fixated at this 16-year-old level when we used to like fall in love in high school and just, oh my God, they're the most wonderful people, and then 3 days later we hate them, don't talk to them. You are fixated at that level. You are living that way in your life now, and you're going from one relationship to another just like you did in the cafeteria at the high school. The problem is you got 3 kids who've hooked their wagon to your star, and you are married and you are a mother, and it is time that you grow up. And if you think she's going to go to work right now, go work outside the home, and not get involved with somebody in the first week, then one of us is a fool.
I can't do this on my own anymore. I've been doing it for 11 years. I have sold things that I have worked my entire life for. I have sold awards that I got in the Navy. I have gotten rid of everything. I don't even have my original wedding band. Whatever it took to make my family make it, I did. And I don't feel any remorse. I feel no shame in it. But I need help. I cannot do this on my own anymore.
Well, there is a point at which you have to be willing to walk away. You have to be willing.
I'm not quitter. I'm not a quitter. I won't quit.
I'm not saying you're at that point, but there's a point at which you have to save yourself and your children if she doesn't get this Pollyanna attitude off of her face. Oh, it's okay. I'm not really doing anything. You are.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
You are violating your relationship, and that has to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is for you to figure out in your own mind what I already know, which is that you are damaged and you have problems with intimacy, and that has to change. Does this sound like the truth to you?
Yeah, it does.
All right, we'll be right back.
I'll have a couple of beers at night with Randy, but it's nothing like it was before.
Amanda's drinking has been excessive. If she drinks more than just a couple, I'm afraid Amanda would be raped, abducted, murdered, or her kids would be molested. These are the things that go through my mind constantly.
Well, that was Amanda, who admits that she's made the mistake of using alcohol to escape her marital issues with Randy. Do you love your husband?
I love him. Of course
Why?
I do.
Well, don't say, of course I do, like anybody could see.
But we're here because we want to be together.
No, you're here because he wrote in. You didn't write in.
Right. You're right.
So we aren't here because we want to be together. We are here because he wrote in, because you were running around with other men having emotional affairs.
You know, during these times, we were not getting along. I mean, we live in our own life, in our own house, and we know what happens. And a lot of the times we just argue and argue and argue, and these were the times when we weren't talking at all. I mean, weeks, months would go by where we just didn't talk, and it was nice to get the attention from. And again, I wasn't out looking for it. These were places I were all the time.
Look, don't tell yourself that. I don't mind you telling me that because I don't believe it anyway. But don't tell yourself that. I wasn't out looking for these things. Oops, I just wrote a love letter to my husband's best friend. I hate it when that happens.
But years went by. We were friends with him for years. This wasn't just a hasty decision. We were friends with him for quite a long time.
No, it wasn't a hasty decision. It took you a while to get around to him. You had to go through these other ones at the time. You are out looking for some relief. And I want you to have the relief. I just want you to have it in a constructive way. Look, love does change across time. It changes in different ways as we mature in our relationships and individually.
We were married 3 months after we met, and I was already 2 months pregnant with our 10-year-old, so we really didn't have any time together. We were parents from the very beginning.
Okay, so you didn't have the chance to build a relationship, and then here comes Mr. Everything has to be lined up exactly right. Mr. Boundary, got to sweep up everywhere. Mr. Navy officers, got to have everything like that, and you're like, whoa. I'm like free spirit out here playing around, and all of a sudden I got this guy building fences around me. Somebody that's running wild calls for fences. Somebody who builds fences looks for somebody running wild so you can build fences around him. This is dysfunctional. And you've got to stop this Pollyanna, like, oh, gee, it just happens crap. You do this on purpose. You do it because you've got an itch he can't scratch.
Do you believe that I don't want to be away from him? I mean, I don't want to be without him.
No, I do believe that you want to be with him. I do, because I think you are just Pollyannish enough to think, I want everything. I want my husband. I want him to put a roof over my head and take care of me and the kids and protect me from all the evil in the world. And then I want to go out here and get exhilarated and then come home. But you can't have everything. You've got to decide what you want and make a commitment to doing that. And that's what I'm asking you if you are willing to do.
Of course. Of course I am. I don't mean to just say it so, you know, of course. But yes, I am. I am willing to do whatever it takes.
You can say of course.
I mean, I'm sitting here, you know, very vulnerable in front of TV. And I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to make, you know, make a future.
We'll see. You're going to have some work to do here as well. You know that.
How do I let go of the past? That's the reason why how do I let go of the past and go to work and just say, well, if she's doing it, she's doing it. I've got no control over what she's doing, but I need to react appropriately. So if she's doing it, I need to leave her, or do I need to find the problem out of what she's doing, or do I need to build fences up? What the heck am I doing here?
It takes two to do this dance, and if she comes along, then that's fine. If she does not, your job, your responsibility is to protect your children from this toxic nature. And that may mean picking up and leaving, but you're not ready to do that yet. I've got some things I want you to do when we finish here, and then I will see you all again. Okay? Be right back. At the top of today's show, I asked you how you felt about your spouse having relationships with members of the opposite sex. I wonder if you've changed your opinion about this. You know, one of the things I'm most concerned about with Amanda is if she's having these emotional affairs, she's going to run into an old boy who just doesn't think it's time to stop emotionally. You're going to wind up getting hurt. You're going to wind up getting assaulted in some way. You're playing a game that guys just may not want to play.
Right.
And that's a real danger here. We're going to set some things up, resources for them to deal with. Thank you for being here today. I know this is important. We'll see you soon. Bye.
On Dr. Phil. Her husband was having an affair when he was murdered.
He didn't die fighting for me. He died fighting for her.
Now, a Dr. Phil exclusive.
You had no idea that he was having an affair?
The wife and the mistress come face to face.
Your husband took his last breath with her and not with you. Were you in love with him?
I was infatuated, and I loved being loved by him. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear me say sorry?
You say you're not sorry that he's gone.
A deadly love affair.
Your marriage did not end because of me. That wasn't your choice. He was mine. Stop nailing me about everything. I'm not nailing you. Oh, you are.
You had an affair with her husband, but you seem highly offended by this whole thing. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. How you doing? They were two married couples, beautiful, vibrant, with the whole world ahead of them. Yet what no one in the little town of Meridian, Idaho knew was that one of these wives was sleeping with the other woman's husband. It was an affair that would shatter their lives, leaving one man dead and the other in jail for murder. The story became headline news filled with the kind of details that you would find in a page-turning romantic thriller. Now, for the very first time since the story broke in 2011, the two women, the wife and the mistress, come face to face today here on this stage. Take a look at how it all started 4 years ago.
We do have some breaking news to report. Dispatchers say they have received a report of shots fired.
Police say a criminal defense attorney was fatally shot after a domestic dispute last night.
Just after 10, scanners started blaring as police tell dispatch there's 2 men down and 1 shot in the head.
We're in the process of combing the area to try and find anything we can to help us figure out what happened here tonight.
Turns out police believe the survivor is the suspect. They say a 42-year-old man confronted the victim, 30-year-old Emmett Corrigan, with a gun in the Walgreens parking lot. That's when the struggle turned deadly and Corrigan was killed.
Investigators began piecing this story together and realized that the two men were fighting over one woman, Candy. Now, Candy was married to Rob, but was sleeping with her boss, Ashley's husband, Emmett. Now, Ashley and Emmett had been married 7 years. Ashley was a stay-at-home mom with 5 children. Emmett was a successful attorney. The other couple, Rob and Candy, had been married 19 years and had 2 children of their own. Candy was a paralegal and did some work for Emmett, and apparently a whole lot more. When her husband Rob discovered their affair, he went to confront the lawyer who was laying his hands on his wife. That's when the story took a deadly turn.
Candy testified that her husband suspected she was having an affair she admitted to. On that March night,
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
Says she was with Corrigan and her husband was waiting for them in the parking lot.
Rob said, "What are you doing with my wife at 10 o'clock at night?" Emmett says to Rob, "She doesn't want to be with you anymore." Emmett continued to degrade Rob. "How much money did you make last year, Rob?" "What did we make last week, Candy?" $32,000? Emmett said something about size. Then Rob said, "And what about your poor wife? You have a brand new baby." Emmett exploded.
Corrigan shoved Rob. She says she told them that's enough and started towards her car.
That's when I heard the gunshots.
Investigators and attorneys worked more than a year and a half trying to piece together exactly what happened. Jurors have had 2 weeks to digest witness testimonies, including key witness Rob's wife, Candy Hall.
I literally watched him take his last breath.
Premeditated murder or self-defense. While Hall's attorneys say there's not enough evidence, prosecutors say the case is simple.
The defendant was not justified in his actions. He had the motive. He had the opportunity. He took it.
Well, Candy's husband, Rob, was sentenced to 30 years in prison for second-degree murder. Candy says that's not fair because it wasn't murder, it was self-defense. But Ashley disagrees. She had no idea her husband was even having an affair until the police revealed the details of his fatal shooting.
I met Emmett when we were in college together. We got married it was almost 5 months after we met. And the early years of our marriage were perfect. You know, all I ever wanted was to be a wife and a mom. And we got blessed with children right away, and we were living our dream. Once he started working, I thought things were gonna calm down and we'd have him around, but he just kept drifting further and further away. A few months before Emmett died, I started really thinking that something was wrong. I didn't feel the loving Emmett that I had always felt. When I look at pictures of Emmett, I almost look at myself like, what an idiot you were. You didn't have a clue. The rational side of my brain would be like, he doesn't want an older woman, he's got you. It's humiliating. Who wants to be the wife who wasn't enough? The night Emmett died, I sat there, just tears running down my face, like, how am I supposed to fix this marriage when I really don't know what I'm doing wrong? I'm trying everything. Emmett said, hey, I'm gonna go run to Walgreens really fast, I'll be right back. I said, please don't go. I need you today. I need us. I need to figure out whatever's what's going on with you and me and fix it. The last thing he said to me, he said, no, don't tell me what to do, I'm going. At 1 a.m., 3 police officers said, there's been an accident and your husband Emmett has been shot and killed. So at the same second that I found out he was dead, I found out it was because he had been unfaithful. The hardest thing to hear is Candy was holding Emmett in her arms as he died. I wanted to scream, you don't have the right to watch him take his last breath. He wasn't yours. He didn't die fighting for me. He died fighting for her.
Well, Ashley hasn't spoken to Candy since the trial 4 years ago, and she has a restraining order against her that actually doesn't expire until the year 2026. But she lifted it just for today so that the two women can face each other here for the first time. Ashley wants an apology from Candy. We're going to see if that happens when we meet the mistress later. But first, I have some questions for Ashley. You say, out of the blue, you had no idea that he was having an affair?
I had no idea.
But you said when you first met Candy, there was something about her that sent off warnings in your head.
Yeah, I think a lot of times in my life I've had those, something's not quite right feeling. And that was definitely one of those for me.
Ashley has actually written a book, Silence Breaks. And she describes her first meeting with Candy. And here's what you said in the book. Quote, she had on a miniskirt and hooker boots. Her cleavage was everywhere. She was older. She looked like she was being paid for her, quote, not so professional services. I felt nauseous. I felt she was definitely not the type of woman to whom Emmett would be attracted. This was the first time you saw her, and that's when you said something didn't look right. She wasn't dressed the way you thought a professional woman would be dressed.
Exactly.
In a lawyer's office. And that night, when he said, I'm leaving, I'm going to Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and you said, don't leave, I need you really here with me. Did you think he was going off somewhere he shouldn't be, or did you think he was just going to run an errand?
No, I knew he was going somewhere he shouldn't be because it had been kind of the same pattern for a couple weeks.
But yet you had no idea he was having an affair. Where did you think he was going if this was a pattern and he was leaving unexpectedly?
I thought maybe it was like a drinking thing or something like that. And every time I would beg him to let me in, he never gave me any answers.
Mm-hmm. Then the next thing you know, you have police on your doorstep.
Yeah.
And it unfolds from there. Okay, we'll talk about that coming up. When we come back, the woman who held Ashley's dying husband in her arms comes face to face with his widow for the first time when we come back.
Emmett told me about a paralegal named Candy that he wanted to bring on and start a law firm with. The minute I heard her name, I just got this uneasy feeling. I went to visit Emmett at his office, and that was the first time I met Candy. I walked in, and everyone was just kind of staring at me weird. I said, hey, is Emmett in there? And they're like, yeah, he's in there with Candy. We dare you to walk in. I just opened the door, and I walked in, and they were sitting there giggling, and things just didn't seem right.
Two married couples, Ashley and Emmett, Candy and Rob, seemingly happy from the looks of these pictures, right? But the truth came out on March 11th, 2011, when their worlds were destroyed by an affair and a murder. Ashley was married to attorney Emmett for 7 years. She never imagined Emmett would be having an affair with his older paralegal Candy.
I met Emmett at a business lunch. He was in hot pursuit of me coming to work for him. He would show up at my office every morning, email constantly, all day long. One morning, we went to pick up some items for the office, and that's when he kissed me. He said, I'm sorry, I just had to do that. I thought to myself, what is he doing? I'm not worthy of a man that's 10 years younger than me. I remember Emmett's paralegal telling me that he had 5 children, but that his wife was awful towards him. I think deep down, Emmett knew what he was doing with me was wrong, but he didn't know how to change it. He liked all the attention and the control. that he had while he was cheating. Ashley has to understand that this behavior of Emmett's, it started way before me. He ruined the family years ago. I did not ruin that family, but I am the only one that she blames for everything. I think the most hurtful thing, it's how Ashley portrays me as some cheap, slutty, no good for nothing, inconsiderate whore. I think if Emmett was here today, he would actually tell Ashley that she's wrong about what she's doing. I strayed, that's what I did, but that does not define who I am.
Well, Candy has not spoken to Ashley in 4 years, and as I said earlier, Ashley had a long-standing restraining order against Candy, but she lifted it just for today's show. So let's bring Candy out. Candy, Dr. Phil. Right here.
What do you want to hear? You want to hear me say sorry? I am absolutely sorry. I have been sorry since day one.
Emmett didn't deserve to die. I'm not here to have you say you're sorry. I'm here to hopefully help you understand what it's been for me. You had this power over me because you hurt me so bad. And I was waiting and waiting for you to come and fix me. And I guess today I'm not here for you to fix me because I've done that all by myself. I've been dropped to the ground by all three of these collisions. So I just want you to know that I'm still standing. I'm still me. You might have made me fall by some of your choices, but you didn't break me.
I think it's important for people to understand.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
The internal dialogue that you had. What did it mean to you that your husband took his last breath with her and not with you?
It was humiliating, you know? You marry someone so you can be their everything. So on really hard nights, when you're questioning who you are, they're fighting for you. And to have a gun tell me that I wasn't enough for it to stay at home, and to have a man so angry that I wasn't enough and my children weren't enough for him to beat the crap out of him, that would have been fine. He probably deserved that. And then to have a woman who, you knew who I was. I mean, my picture at one time was in Emmett's office. You held my baby, for gosh sakes. You volunteered to babysit my baby. And then to have this night where you're telling Emmett that your husband's beating you up, and you're telling your husband that Emmett's doing all this stuff, and to have this night where almost you wanted them to fight for you.
No.
That wasn't fair. Because my husband should have been home fighting for me, and that's been the hardest thing, to know that I wasn't enough for even you.
You were fooled, okay? I never told him that Robert was hitting me. I never asked for him to follow me home.
Why were you going with him to seek a divorce attorney because of
No,
abuse?
he took me there. Emmett's the one who set it up. Emmett wanted me to leave Rob.
So if he was so bad, why were you having sex with him?
Because it's an affair is the most selfish thing you can do. It is the worst thing I've ever done. I did have a major void in my life at the time, and he filled it.
When we come back, were there other women in Emmett's life, or was Candy his only affair? We'll find out next.
Even though this was my first and only affair, this wasn't Emmett's only affair. I found out about his affairs after the shooting in police reports, just as Ashley did.
They think they have some pretty concrete proof that Emmett had other affairs, but no one's come forward or anything like that. Finding out that my husband had shared an important part of our marriage with other people, it made me feel smaller than I could ever imagine.
We obtained a police report where a woman came forward to explain to the police that the scratches on Emmett's hands found during his autopsy came from a night of wild sex with her, is what she testified to, right? She said, yeah, well, it wasn't really rough sex. He just got into it, laugh. I guess he just hit the headboard with his hand. And that came out in explanation about what was on his hands that they found in the autopsy, right?
I actually have no idea.
Right. And you now know that Candy was one of more than just her.
I have to live with this every day. I know. You need to know that it wasn't just me. He had sex with somebody else the week before me.
According to Candy, Emmett was amped up and full of rage the night of the murder. She says he was aggressive and ready to fight. Take a look.
Emmett came off as arrogant, very cocky, not just as an attorney, but as a person in general. In Ashley's book, she states that Emmett tested negative for steroids, when that is absolutely false. I do believe that it was the steroids that ultimately destroyed him. I'm not sad that he's gone. He was destructive, he was self-centered, and I just don't believe that he had any good left in him.
In the trial, the defense mentioned that Emmett might have been taking steroids, but all of the blood tests didn't show any drugs or steroids. When the police told me there were no drugs in his system, I was just defeated. I wanted there to be drugs, so there was a reason why he was choosing her.
You say you're not sorry that he's gone.
You know, that might sound harsh and, you know, like cold, but I'm not.
Are you surprised to hear her say that?
From all that she said a second ago, yeah. How hard it's been for her, but she's not sad that he's gone. And hold on. So even if he was aggressive, did he deserve to get shot in the face and in the heart?
No one deserves to be shot in the head or in the chest or whatever it was.
And if your husband worked for the police department and you say that you knew Emmett was very aggressive, couldn't they have handled it in a different way, maybe?
I think it was never intended to go that way. I think it was never even, no, I don't think it was, because the way the conversation was going, it was going downhill. And then Rob points you out, you being home, your poor wife, and that's when he lost.
Is there any way Rob could have told himself that? Pointed out me?
Hell no, I can't speak for Rob. All I can tell you is what happened. As much as I saw, I didn't see everything.
You did.
No, I didn't. I saw the confrontation.
When the blood was all over your face and they were taking pictures and you said you saw everything, and then your story changed to the trial that all of a sudden your back was turned. I mean, really,
said I saw
if we're
everything.
going to have the truth out on the floor today,
let's.
We got to figure out what that is. We got to figure out what the truth is. Because regardless of whatever Emmett was or wasn't, he was mine.
Well,
he was mine. And those guys, he was there. And maybe you're glad he's gone, but it's been hard for me.
Okay, I lost my husband as well. I lost my whole everything. I lost my whole
Did you get
life.
to hear that he's sorry and that he still loves you?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
But,
I don't.
You know what? And I do. Okay, I do. But your marriage did not end because of me.
That wasn't your choice.
Okay, you're right. It's not my choice. But it's, when are you going to stop nailing me about everything?
I'm not nailing you about everything.
Oh, you are.
My entire book is my emotions, how it felt for me. And you don't have to agree.
I don't agree, but I'll tell you, when you just keep on me, you don't think of my kids.
I've prayed for your kids. I've prayed for you. I want you to know that.
You prayed for them while you write, you blog about me.
I don't blog about you.
You do. My first and last name. I mean, come on. I mean, it's insane. You keep it going. I mean, and it's like it's been 4 years. We have to live where we're at. We can't go anywhere else. And I'm just trying to move forward. And so are they.
That's what I'm trying to do too.
And you are.
We, the jury, for our verdict, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Is Robert Dean Hall guilty or not guilty of second-degree murder? Guilty.
Hall faces up to life in prison. He was also found guilty on a weapons charge, which could add 15 years.
If the sound was off, or this was in a foreign language and I didn't understand the words, and I could just hear the intonation, the tone, I would think that you had an affair with her husband and he got killed. And it's the other way around. You had an affair with her husband and he wound up getting murdered, but you seem highly offended by this whole thing, and I don't understand. I really don't. Are you offended by the things she's writing? Is that what it is?
You know, no, and I understand.
Because you seem to be lecturing the woman that you interloped into her family, and her husband wound up getting murdered for his trouble.
I'm not offended by her.
I missed a step here somewhere.
But she's hurt, and look, I understand, and I am so sorry about everything. I feel guilt every single waking day, and I don't know how to make it better. I don't know what else to say.
Well,
and I'm sorry
pretty
if I
sure
sound
lecturing
like that.
her would not be the way to
I'm trying
start.
not to lecture her. I'm just trying to.
Because I hear
you
you saying, "Let me tell you something. You need to stop. You need to." I'm hearing a lot of that, and I'm thinking, that's not the way I would be trying to make peace here.
I don't know other ways. I don't know. I guess I'm filled with frustration.
Am I missing something here?
No, you're not.
What are you offended by? Because you are offended. You're offended by something.
I am that it just keeps going on. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just trying to move forward and be okay. And I understand all of that, though. I understand how.
Have you told the truth for all of this?
The truth of what I know, yes.
Did the judge say you were a liar?
Yes, he
did. Did he say you were the biggest liar he had ever heard since he had been on the bench?
Yes, he did. And he was saying that in the 32 years that he was on the bench, he has never heard anybody change their story as much. And that's what he said.
Did she change?
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
Your story?
From what I could tell.
Was there one story where she saw what happened and another story where she didn't see what happened?
Yes.
Did you see what happened?
No, I did not.
Did you say you saw what happened?
No, I don't remember saying I saw what happened. My back was turned. They know it. That's what I've always stated because that's all I know.
Except the night of. And she had blood all over her face and was facing.
I had blood all over Rob had blood all over his face. And
you had blood all over your face in the pictures, and they even said to you, remember when you told us that you watched him shoot Emmett?
Oh, I don't remember. I've never seen that, number one. I've never seen that report. I don't remember. I've never been through anything. I was in complete shock. I don't remember most of anything. I have no idea. And I told them that. And I'm not trying to say that I'm lying. I told them, I don't remember. If you want me to look at something and say, did you say this? Well, let me look and see. I don't know. I really don't. And I'm sorry that nobody can understand that. But that is the truth.
Well, I totally understand how this could be an astoundingly shocking situation that it would be very difficult to sort out in your mind. That is a legitimate phenomenon. That really is a difficult situation to sort through. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't have other motivations to change your story either, but eyewitnesses are highly unreliable, particularly if they're emotionally charged in a high trauma situation. All right. Emmett gave Candy an email that was not allowed to be read at trial. We're going to find out why when we come back.
My new husband, Sean, he is the greatest gift to our family. Emmett died in March, and then we met in May, and then by the end of the summer, we were married. It was crazy fast.
I think it is very strange that she got married so quickly after Emmett's death. I find it very creepy that the current husband of Ashley drives Emmett's truck. I don't understand that. It seems odd. She likes to blog about everything in her life, but yet when it comes to her current husband, she's not straightforward
on how quick it was. No one's business, but she makes it their business because she puts it out there.
Well, Ashley says she is a victim of murder. She became a widow at 28 with her youngest of 5 children was being just 6 weeks old. She also says she is a victim of infidelity because of her husband's choice to have an affair with Candy. Were Candy and her husband of 19 years, Rob, on the verge of divorce? Well, take a look.
When we moved to Idaho, Rob met a woman and started having an affair. I suspected something was going on. I just didn't know what it was. One night he came home and told me that he was having an affair. I didn't get upset. It was more of a shock, and I just asked him to fix it. This was Rob's only affair. It was so unexpected. It damages you to be hurt by someone that you trusted and is your best friend. Around the time of the shooting, my husband and I were going through a very tough time. My husband was about to move out. He had boxes packed, and I knew it was all my fault. I completely turned my feelings off. I didn't want to feel him trying so hard in our marriage because I knew how guilty I was of having an affair. We took the wrong road, both of us did, and with horrific consequences.
Your marriage was in trouble.
Yes.
And that was difficult. Your marriage was in trouble. You were feeling it.
Yeah.
So both of you were having a difficult time with your marriage. There was an email that was written to Ashley from Emmett on July 15th of 2010. And Candy says Emmett gave a copy of this email to her right before they started their affair. And in it, he talks about ending his marriage to Ashley. He says, I am over words. For the last couple of years, I've been falling more and more out of love with you. I'm at a point where I hate going anywhere with you because I'm going to get in trouble. There is zero trust in our marriage. You feel like I don't look at you, but I always do. I love you. I love the girl who originally fell in love with me more. But if I have to leave you so my son doesn't have to question his father's integrity, then I will. I want to be your hero again. He wrote this email to you, but he gave a copy of it to you,
Right.
but you didn't read it.
No, he gave it to me during.
But you didn't read it.
I did not.
Were you in love with him?
I was infatuated, and I loved being loved by him, supposedly being loved by him.
When this happened, at one point after the shooting, both of them were on the ground.
Yes.
Who did you run to?
Well, the first person I saw was Rob. So I ran over to him, and his head was down, and there was blood just pumping out of the top of his head. So I had my hand on his head, and I had dialed 911. I remember screaming, and then the woman on the phone on 911 said, is there someone else there? Is someone else hurt? And that's when Emmett, and I turned and I saw him laying there. And then that's when I ran over and kind of just tilted him. And that's when all the water came out of his nose.
You left Rob.
Yeah.
With blood pumping out of his head, and you went to Emmett.
Because she asked me who else is there.
Well, up next, Candy's daughters are here to tell Ashley she isn't the only one dealing with a loss. We'll be right back.
I waited for the trial to feel whole, but being portrayed as a victim, it didn't heal anything inside of me. It was almost like pouring salt into a wound. I was humiliated that the whole town found out my marriage problems at the same time I did. I was so mad at Emmett. I gave him every chance to let me in, and I would have done anything to help him. The trial just reminded me that nobody gave a damn who I was.
I didn't feel that I was a victim for a very long time. I couldn't even say that word. I'm a victim, but in all sense, I am. I have to live knowing that this is going to be always a part of my past. Ashley is hurting my family by putting everything on social media, writing books, and they're innocent.
Candy's daughters, Hannah and Haley, are here. Hannah just happened to be driving by the drugstore and saw Candy's car in the parking lot, and she called her dad. Then we know how this story ended. You say you feel guilt about this. In what way?
Just, gosh, I don't know. It's just the way it all went down. People initially, when like the trial was going on, people would ask me, well, why'd you call your dad? Why'd you let him know where she was? He asked me. At the time I was 16, you know, hearing that you had some ulterior motive. I'm 16 years old. My dad asked where my mom was. There was no motive whatsoever.
Please.
I was at the trial when you testified, and I hope that you know that there were so many people there that just felt more bad that you had to be dragged into it. And I honestly don't think there was one person who blames you for anything.
And you certainly have no ill will towards Haley or Hannah in any way, right?
No way.
And have you all stayed in contact with your dad? Do you talk to him, stay in touch?
Yeah, we can write him. I see him mostly every Saturday.
You know, Rob is serving a 30-year prison sentence at this point. Cameras are not allowed in the prison, but Rob did give us a statement that he wanted us to share, which reads, Dr. Phil, I wanted to voice my opinion and be part of the show, but I believe speaking face-to-face or by video conference is a lot more telling than over the phone. I've never spoken to anyone publicly about my case and want to make sure the first time will be meaningful and with a positive outcome. I do strongly believe justice was not served, and the information I handed over to the show was only a glimpse of the injustice in my trial. My wife and daughters are what keep me going every day. I love them more than anything in this world. We're a strong family, and will remain positive that we will all be reunited as a family once again very soon. I want to make it very clear to everyone watching the show that this horrible event and me being in prison did not happen because of Candy. This happened because of Emmett Corrigan.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
Thank you again for the time that you have helped my wife. And girls, I truly hope you will find a way to speak with me face to face and see the real truth behind all of this. Thank you again, Rob Hall. So that's what Rob had to say. Any response to his statement?
Not at this time.
What do you think happened that night?
I think that there was absolutely no intent for him to go there and shoot anybody.
How come he took a gun?
He always had his gun. But I truly believe that Emmett wasn't going to let him walk out of there. Not the way he was that night. I'm looking for a way to move on. I'm looking for a way to say that I made a mistake. I don't want to put any blame on you, by no means. You are
innocent. I didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't. And I've always said that. I've never said you did anything wrong.
And
well,
Emmett
actually, you have.
Well,
you,
I did.
You said that she's making a career out of this, that she's
part,
writing about you, that she doesn't have the right to express her opinion, and that you wish she would just shut up, get over it, and move on.
I wish she would stop writing about me.
I wish she would have
using my name.
stopped sleeping with my husband.
Yeah, well.
You know.
And at this point, you do yourself no service by coming on here or anywhere else and taking the inventory of the woman whose husband you slept with and is now dead.
Right.
That is unbecoming to you. It is non-credible, and it just defies logic. You talk about how do I move on? You move on by taking care of you and your girls here and focusing on you. I wish the best for you and your family, and I wish the best for you and your family. And I hope people learn from this and learn from the lessons. I want to thank all of my guests today. Join in on a discussion today on Twitter, Facebook. Use hashtag Dr. Phil, hashtag Deadly Affair. Thanks so much for being here. So long.
on an all-new Dr. Phil.
That's a lie. You raised us around an alcoholic. Stop.
A mommy dearest or unfit daughter.
You're saying horrible things about your daughter. You're saying horrible things about your mother.
When they're on stage, the gloves come off.
She told me that she hopes that I die of a drug overdose. You pushed me right to the edge, right? Do you realize where you pushed me? I was contemplating killing myself. You've been playing killing yourself since you were 15.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, my guest today, Lisa, and her daughter Sarah seem to have one thing in common. Only one. They each claim the other person is an unfit mother. Why? Well, Lisa sent us a video where she claims her daughter Sarah is a liar and a toxic thief. Take a look.
I'm speechless when it comes to Sarah. She lies, she steals. Sarah had stolen my mom's identity. Sarah was arrested for identity theft.
Well, apparently not speechless. And then Sarah sent us her own video admitting that she never felt connected to Lisa, who she claims wanted her to die. Take a look.
She's never made really any bones about it, that she never really wanted me. She's told me that I'm a druggie, a loser, a thief, an embarrassment to her, an embarrassment to our family.
Well, the rift between these two women is so broken that they have spoken only once by phone in 1.5 years. And that did not end well, as you might imagine. Well, that's going to change today as they have both agreed to meet on my stage. They're going to see each other for the first time in 1.5 years. Here's some more of the story.
My daughter Sarah is a drug addict and an unfit mother. I call her a druggie. Sarah smokes pot. She takes pills. I wouldn't be surprised if heroin was in the picture. Sarah lies, Sarah steals, and she stops at nothing to get what she wants. Sarah stole money out of my ex-husband's bank account. Sarah opened credit cards in her grandmother's name. She racked up over $1,000 and she was arrested for identity theft. She's used the money for drugs. She has 2 children. Sarah's not a good mom. My granddaughter has told me that Sarah steals stuff. Her kids are very well aware that she's doing drugs. My granddaughter told me she saw her mommy sniffing something and her mommy would fall to the floor and drool would be coming out of her mouth. She's 7. My 3-year-old grandson found a soda can crushed up with pot residue in it. Sarah blames me for everything. Sarah's called me a whore, slut. I want her to take accountability for her actions, or I will no longer be her mother.
You obviously have serious concerns about your daughter as a mother. So what is it you want to happen?
I would love a relationship with my daughter.
Really?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
Because you don't sound like you want a relationship with her.
Of course I do. She's
Because
my
you
daughter.
say a lot of bridge-burning things.
I don't know how to be a mother to a drug addict.
Do you think calling her a junkie and a thief and a gutter slut is...
Being a mother, no.
And what's your predicted response when you do that? When you say you're a druggie and a thief and a gutter slut, what do you expect her to do? Go, oh, well, since you've pointed that out, wow, I so want to be clean.
I know.
No, do you? What did you think the reaction would be when you said that, or were you just venting?
I was just venting. I was angry.
Okay, so that was about you, not her. You wanted to get it out.
Of course I did.
How do you think that played with her?
She acts like nothing ever bothers her.
Why is she on drugs?
That's her choice.
Well,
she made a choice. I don't know why.
Why do you think? What do you think? People don't do anything repeatedly without some motivation or reason.
She's always, because she didn't have her natural father in her life. It's always been a big thing for her.
Did you guys talk about that? You sit down as her mom and say, okay, I know he's not here. That's my choice. You said she made a choice to be on drugs. That's my choice. I got involved with this guy, and we've chosen not to be together. Good reasons, bad reasons, whatever, but let me explain to you what's going on. Did you have that conversation with her?
I sat her down when she was real young.
How young?
And told her before she went to school, because I was so young when I had her.
You mean at 4 or 5?
Yeah, 5. I told her that because I was so young when I had her. I went to my parents when I brought her home from the hospital.
When you get asked questions that have to do with choices you've made, how sometimes they're kind of hard to explain?
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any ownership in where she is right now?
I'm not taking ownership for her being on drugs, no.
Let me rephrase that. Do you have any ownership for any of that? Your relationship's in the ditch. You both think each other is an unfit mother. You call each other names. You're clearly estranged. Do you have any ownership for any of that?
Yes. I'll take, yes.
What is it?
There's things I could have done different. I wish I would have had some guidance. I mean, they don't come with directions.
Well, actually, they do. I wrote a book called Family First.
Well, I don't think that you were around when she was...
I've been on the air 19 years.
She's 27.
There you go. She would have been 8. Okay, Lisa's daughter Sarah is here. Sarah goes as far as to say that she hates her mother. Isn't that she's estranged from her? She hates her and can't imagine ever having a healthy relationship with a woman who she claims once wished her dead.
My mom has ruined my life. I'm not the unfit mother. My mother is the unfit mother. My mother has never showed me love and affection. She raised me and my sister in a home where there was alcoholism. She's wickedly mean.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
To me. She calls me a junkie, a thief, an embarrassment, a loser, and a whore. Once she even called me a gutter slut. 2 weeks ago, she told me that she hoped that I died. I will never forget the things that she has said to me. I blame my mom for my drug issues. I became addicted to opiates when I was 21. I would get high to fill the void of having a mother that didn't love me. 4 years ago, when I found out I was pregnant for my son, I went to detox. After detox, I was prescribed Suboxone. Other than Suboxone, I don't take any drugs. My mom has called CPS 5 times to try to have my kids taken away. She claims I abused my kids. There has never been proof of me abusing my kids. I hate my mom. I want my mom to know that she has messed up my life. I want my mom to apologize to me.
I have a quick question just from your tape. Have you ever abused your children?
No.
Because you didn't say you hadn't. You said there's never been any proof I have, which is different than I haven't. And I found it odd that you chose those words.
Okay. I have exposed my children to things that they should not be exposed to, but my children are happy, they're healthy, they have never lacked for anything.
What have they been exposed to that they shouldn't?
They've been exposed to around drugs.
By you and others?
Yeah.
So if what she says, there was a time when it would have all been true, you're just saying it isn't true now.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you say she's an unfit mother?
I feel the things that she says to me is something that you should never say to your child.
For example?
That 2 weeks ago, she told me that she hopes that I die of a drug overdose.
2 weeks? Come on.
It was maybe 3 weeks. When does it matter when she says it?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter when you said it. You said what you said.
I did say it. I did say it. You made me so angry. You pushed me right to the edge where I don't even know what to do.
Do you realize where you pushed me? I was contemplating killing myself because I couldn't stand that you said that to me.
You've been playing killing yourself since you were 15.
At least I'm on here owning my own.
I'll own mine too.
You're painting this picture that you're this perfect picture of how it's been.
I said right from the start, I am no June Cleaver.
You don't care.
It's all about Sarah.
Oh, no, it isn't. Before it's over, you might wish it was all about her. But there's 2 sides to this, right?
There is 2 sides to every story.
Before you walked out here, just right before you walked out here, did you say to the producer, in reference to your daughter, you can't turn a whore into a housewife?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't like specifically saying that about Sarah. Like,
were you talking about the producer?
I don't even. We were having a conversation. I just.
Oh, come on, get real. You weren't talking about your daughter when you said that. That wasn't who you had in mind.
No, I don't think so.
Well, who could it have been? Clerk at the hotel this morning? Who could it have been? You're here about this. You're here about Sarah. You call each other names and all kinds of stuff, and you said, well, you can't turn a whore into a housewife, and you weren't referencing your daughter. You're asking me to believe that.
Okay, I said it about Sarah. Okay.
But did you or not?
Okay, yeah, okay, I did.
Why did we spend 2 minutes saying you didn't? I'm just curious how we're going to spend our time.
Okay.
Because we don't have a lot of time.
Because this is going exactly the way I thought it was going to go.
Which is how?
I don't know yet. I'm going to be attacked for being a mother.
Well, tell me how you would like this to go. Because it's interesting that it's going to go exactly the way you think it is, because I have no idea how this is going to go. Because, you know, I haven't met you before. I don't know you. I've read a lot about you. I've read a lot about you. I know some of the facts. But I may God strike me dead as before I finish this sentence. I have no idea how this is going to go until I meet the people I talk to. I don't know you until I meet you. I don't know you until I meet you. I really don't know. What do you mean this is going the way? Did you think that you were going to come here and you were going to sit next to me in my chair and we were going to kick her ass?
Well, a little bit, I guess.
Well, how do you know that's not going to happen? But, I mean, do you seriously think you're going to call your daughter a whore and I'm going to go, I get it? Sure, it makes sense to me. I understand. That's responsible parenting. Do you really think that some of the things that you've said and done that I'm going to go, Dr. Phil, seal of approval, no problem? Seriously? And you want to play the victim of being picked on?
No, I'm not playing the victim because it is wrong.
Do you want to know another thing? My 7-year-old daughter came home a couple weeks ago crying and saying, Nana said that you're a druggie. And Nana, my kids were in the background listening to her tell me, I hope you die of a drug overdose. So my child comes home and says, why would Nana say that about you? That's if she's so worried about my kids being abused, then why is she? That's child abuse. That's emotional abuse for my children to hear that.
It's emotional. Yes, I should not have done that. I should not have done that.
You should not have done what?
I should have, because when she called me just screaming at me, because my grandchildren were with me, I should have walked out the door. I should have just walked out the door so I wasn't around the kids.
Who told your daughter to say what?
My daughter came home and said that Nana said that you're a druggie, and Nana said that you're a whore. Nana said she hopes you die. You're on that camera talking about how I smoke pot, I smoke pot, when you've allowed me in your own house to smoke pot.
That's a lot.
So it's okay on your terms, but not on mine.
No, I don't agree with drugs. Nothing. No, I do not agree with drugs.
But it's okay for you to drink.
How are you friggin'
You
kidding
raised
me?
us around an alcoholic. That's one of the
I left when you were what, 12, 13 years old?
Oh, from 2 to 13. Did you know that alcoholism is a major risk factor for addiction?
Take the spotlight off you.
No, I'm not. I know what I am.
Okay.
I know my problems, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of being on national television and owning my. That's why I'm here to get help.
Wonderful.
Sarah claims her mom, Lisa, is so vindictive she will stop at nothing to belittle her, and this includes humiliating her publicly on Facebook. Now, Sarah doesn't know the full extent of these negative posts, as her mom has blocked her, but we're not blocked. And I want to find out how these two really feel about each other, because it can make you do things that are really hard to take back. We'll be right back.
My mom is vindictive. She calls me a junkie and a thief on social media.
I've posted stuff about Sarah, not good things.
She wants everybody else against me.
Now, Sarah claims that her mother has tried to publicly destroy her on Facebook. What do you mean?
It's just the most mean, rotten, horrible things anybody could say to anybody, let alone a mother saying that to their daughter. And it's embarrassing. Why would a mother post that about their child?
Have you put ugly things about her? Why? What is your objective? What's your intended outcome?
I want people... I don't know, because I'm just so angry. And I want her to see what I've put.
You blocked her.
Yeah, so I can't
people,
defend myself.
within 2 seconds, I'm sure she has
Yeah,
it.
but I don't get a chance to defend myself, which I should. That's...
Well, the same goes for you, Sarah.
Have you ever seen a post on my Facebook that says anything about my mom, Lisa, nothing?
I've got examples of what you put up. This was just a few days ago. I mean, a couple of months. It was this summer. Lisa, can't sleep a wink. I've never been more disgusted in all my life. I don't give two what people think, but I gave birth to a damn monster. A sick individual who does nothing but cause problems for everyone and does so much damage to her children, it makes me sick. Okay, then you put this up at 5:52 a.m. I gave up on her a long time ago. She's an embarrassment to this family. My 7-year-old granddaughter told me last night, Mommy is sniffing out of a can, falls to the floor with drool coming out of her mouth. Sarah has been under the eye of CPS twice. Why does she still have access to these babies? I talked to the district attorney's office about a sentence for identity theft. My backlash? Sarah sent a personal nude porn site of herself to someone I'm sleeping with.
I've never been on a personal nude.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for links.
Site. And where's these pictures?
This was the same day at 6:25 a.m. Lisa, she took her child's cell phone and had a prostitution ring going with it. I just want her gone and out of our lives. Rough morning?
She wants people to hate me.
They already do.
She feels if enough people hate me, that maybe, I don't know, what, I'll kill myself.
You made your own choices, Sarah.
I know, I'm admitting them here, right now. I know I have. That's the difference between you and I.
What is it you've done that has her so disgusted in you?
My struggle with addiction.
Okay, you've been on drugs. What did you do?
I was addicted to opiates for 3 years, and I went to detox. I was prescribed Suboxone by a doctor, and I've been dependent on it ever since.
And what else?
Marijuana. I guess I've smoked marijuana. And I saw that you said I've done heroin. Like, I've never.
I didn't say
I'm not
that you did. I said it would never surprise me if it was in the picture.
Never tried it.
If you haven't, thank you.
I did the right thing by going to detox. Like, that's and a doctor.
What about the second time you went to detox?
A doctor. That was for Suboxone.
2 days?
I was there for Suboxone. A doctor gave that to me and said, here, this will help you. This is the answer to your problems. They never warned me that I would become dependent on that. That's not, I feel like I trusted a doctor and now I'm paying because of it. Now, you should be putting, a doctor considers me sober on Suboxone. That's considered sobriety. I don't consider it sobriety because I'm still dependent on something every day.
What do you want for her?
To be clean, to be sober. You're my daughter. I love you.
Well, then why did you tell me that you didn't?
I really do, Sarah. You're my daughter.
You've never made me feel that way, ever. You've told me before that it was different with me than it was with my two sisters because they had a dad and I didn't. How was that my fault?
I never said because they had a dad. Are you kidding me? Who cares?
It was your fault I didn't have a dad, not mine.
Well, Lisa's other daughter, Alyssa, is here. Now, Alyssa claims Sarah's life is out of control and she needs to stop choosing drugs over her kids. She has some harsh words for her sister, kind of like her mother has. We're going to find out what they are when we come back.
Sarah is out of control.
My mom goes as far as poisoning my children against me. My 7-year-old daughter has come home from my mom's house and told me, Nana said that you're a druggie. I don't want to have a relationship with her.
Sarah's younger sister, Alyssa, is here, and her message is crystal clear. She says it's high time Sarah stopped choosing drugs over her own children.
Sarah has torn and ripped our family apart. I believe that Sarah's still doing drugs. There have been times where I've seen white residue around her nostril. Sarah has to do what she has to do to get her drugs.
Are you okay?
I think she could be sleeping with people for drugs and money. Sarah's priority is not always her children. The relationship between my mom and my sister is a mess.
What bothers me the most about everything that mom's done to me is what she's doing to the kids.
I'm stuck right in the middle. Sarah is very manipulative and she's very good at trying to get her own way. I fear that she'll end up dead if she doesn't get help.
Alyssa, thank you for being here. You've been listening to everything so far.
Yes.
What do you want to say based on what you've heard so far?
I think my mom is getting in trouble for everything, where I feel like, yes, okay, my mom should have changed a few things when she was younger. She should have parented different. I don't agree with things. And I also don't feel like my sister's this horrible person either. I just feel like we all need help.
Make no mistake. I've spent some time arguing with you because you apparently like to argue. I don't know.
She does.
My point is, I don't disagree with the behaviors that you have a problem with as a grandmother. I'm a grandparent, and I feel very protective of my grandchildren. It's not that I don't get that. What I keep asking is what your motivation is with regard to your reaction. I get that she's been on drugs, and drugs make you really irresponsible. Drugs make you really unproductive. Drugs make you have really poor judgment. And you are saying that you're taking measures to fight that. We did a drug screen on you this morning. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to in a minute. And we're going to find out at least where you are now. But you have 2 children. And you said, I've done drugs to fill the void that my mother created because I didn't feel that love. Well, you know, that's great on a soap opera, but it doesn't have anything to do with real life. You do drugs because you do drugs.
You'll tell yourself a lot of things to justify it.
Yeah, well, but you didn't say that 8 months ago. You said that 2 days ago, which tells me you say you're up here owning everything. You're not owning that. You're saying horrible things about your daughter. You're saying horrible things about your mother. She puts them in print and publishes them. You just say them, but still, you both have this toxic attitude towards each other. And so I ask myself, what makes people do what they do and not do what they don't do? Why have you not heard me ask you 10 times since you got here? Why did you do that? What was your intended result? What did you think the outcome would be? What were you hoping that would result in? Isn't that a good question to ask? Because when the answer comes up, nothing good, then you'll quit doing it. You're on Facebook, which we didn't even have Facebook when this show started. I mean, when I started the Dr. Phil show, Facebook didn't even exist. But now you're using it to publish that your daughter is a no-good, worthless, druggy whore. What in the world would make a mother who loves her daughter, and I totally believe you do. Listen, parent to parent, forget about Dr. Phil and guests, parent to parent, dad to mom. I have no doubt that you love your daughter. I saw it throughout your interview. I see it in your eyes now. I hear it, but I ask myself, so why are you saying those things about her? Would you like to know why you say it? I'll tell you right after the break. I will. I'm going to tell you exactly why you say it.
I grew up not knowing who my father was. I looked identical to a girl in my high school. When I was 25, we had a paternity test done, and it turned out we were, in fact, sisters. I confronted my mom and asked if he was my father, and she said no. She lied. My mom knew all along.
Well, Lisa and her two daughters, Sarah and Alyssa, are here. Lisa claims that Sarah's life has gotten out of control because she cares more about drugs than she does about her own kids. When you're on drugs, I'm sure that's true. Sarah claims that she turned to drugs to fill a void left by never knowing the true identity of her real father, by not feeling the love of her mother. And it makes good theory and all, but it has little to do with what you're going to do to change that. I asked you if you knew why you're doing what you're doing. You said, you obviously know it's not going to build her self-esteem and self-worth. Why do you think she does that?
I feel like she thinks that if she puts me down enough that I might decide, oh wow, I got to change, but really it's doing the complete opposite.
She does it because she's scared to death you're going to kill yourself with these drugs, and it's kind of like get them before they get me. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like if she gets angry, then it doesn't hurt. She's not doing that because she doesn't love you. She's doing that because she's scared to death that you're going to self-destruct, and she feels completely powerless to do anything about it. And it's a panic response. It's a frustration response. She doesn't really think those things about you. She doesn't even almost think those things about you.
Okay.
She's just afraid if she admits that she loves you and misses you and wants you to lay your head on her shoulder like you used to, that if you kill yourself, it'll be more than she can bear. How am I doing, Mom?
I am scared.
Do you think this life that she's lived recently with these drugs, has been fun for her? If you could unscrew the top of her head and look inside, it would absolutely scare the hell out of you.
Sure, I couldn't have said any of that better myself. It's exactly how I feel.
She doesn't want this.
I don't believe that.
Get your free $100 Wendy's card. Check description and pinned comment for link.
You do.
And so, it's like you got this rock that you're trying to push up a hill. And you're going to get that rock up that hill a whole lot easier if you got everybody pushing that rock up the hill. It doesn't help if she's pushing the rock up the hill and her mother's coming along tripping her from behind, saying, bitch, whore. That doesn't help.
No.
It helps if all of you are pushing the rock up there together.
But all
and it
of us
doesn't mean you
don't
don't have to doesn't mean you don't have to hold her to a very high standard. She is a mother. Those children deserve for her to be held to a very high standard. I will help you do that, but I will not help either one of you sabotage and be toxic with the other. And I'm going to tell you what I think needs to happen here. We'll be right back.
I haven't taken any other drugs in 4 years. My mom has completely delayed my recovery because she believes in the tough love approach.
I absolutely believe that Sarah is doing drugs. I don't trust her.
We asked you to do a drug test today, and what Sarah reported to us and what came up on her drug test were identical. She says that she had low levels of marijuana and low levels of Suboxone on her test. This is Dr. Frank Lawless right here. He is the chairman of the advisory board for the Dr. Phil Show. He's a co-founder of the Lawless Peavy. It's Psychoneuroplasticity Center, which is why we call it P&P, so I don't have to say psychoneuroplasticity every time. And he's done a lot of work and study about this, and words are powerful, and these things do evolve into what you call a curse that actually has neurological underpinnings, right, Frank?
Absolutely. I call it a neuropsychological curse because basically these harmful, painful memories that have words to it basically abide within the brain, so that every day a person will hear this curse within himself or herself. And that's one of the major issues with regard to addiction, is using drugs to drown out this message.
And when we talk about this message, it's like an internal dialogue. It's this voice in your head. I mean, somebody might say it to you once, but then you get in a neurological loop and repeat it thousands of times. And I think if we can kind of hit the reset button and embrace the power of forgiveness over what has happened and choose what's going to happen differently, that I can get you guys some professional help going forward as a family, that I'm telling you, in a very short period of time, this can look so much different. You will be shocked at how resilient you guys can be as a family. If you will just hear what I'm saying, will you take that help?
We will, absolutely.
I mean, really, really do it. Her drug screen, a lot better than you thought.
Can I kiss her?
You can do anything you want. Well, as you know, this season I've been taking you behind the badge and introducing you to extraordinary police officers and departments throughout the country who are not only putting their lives on the line every day to keep us safe, but are also going above and beyond to make their communities better. Now, my hope in sharing their stories is that any fear, hatred, and misunderstanding can be replaced with the recognition that, come on, we are all in this together. Now, this past Christmas, Chief Aaron Easton of Marysville, California Police Department chose to make a difference when he learned that a homeless family in his community were struggling to get their 2 young girls to school because they didn't own a car and there was no other way to get them there. Now, Chief Easton and his 3 young children sacrificed their own holiday to make another family's Christmas special. Please welcome Chief Aaron Easton. Chief, how are you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How you doing? Have a seat.
Thank you.
Also joining us are his 3 children, Josie, Adam, and Oliver. And here they are. Hi, guys. And also joining us via Polycom are Jessica, Tim, and their 2 daughters, Lily Ann and Madeline. So, hi, guys.
Hey, buddy.
How are y'all?
Okay, how are you?
All right, good to see you. Now, purchasing a car for a family in need is not in your job description. So why did you do this?
Well, you know, it seemed like the only decision to make. I learned about the cons and the struggle they were going through, and I heard they were walking to school or having to walk to school because the cons' car broke down.
Right.
And so it seemed like the simplest thing to do would be get them a car, so they didn't have to walk to school anymore.
Now, your wife passed away only 3 months prior to this. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And you say this is something that she would do, right?
Absolutely. That was the inspiration. My wife, who passed away a year ago today, actually, and it was the motivation we had to do something in her memory and to help somebody else.
Now, Jessica, the kids walked about 2 miles to school every day, right?
Yeah, we took them by foot in and out of the rain.
What did receiving this car mean to your family?
The world. It
Everything
saved
gave
us.
us hope to get up on our feet, and we're not in that situation anymore. We're still struggling, but we have a roof over our heads and everything. It totally changed up for us.
Now, Oliver, your dad came to you and he basically said, look, guys, I wonder how you feel about giving up part of this Christmas fund that you guys put away, which meant less presents for you guys and all of that. What was your thinking when he came to you about this?
I thought he should absolutely give them the car.
Did you guys talk about it among you, or was it just kind of an automatic thing?
Automatic, really. Just sort of answered yes.
I thought it was a great idea. I mean, there's other years, there's more Christmases.
There'll be more Christmases? Yeah. So, how important was it to you that your children responded in that way? I mean, you got to feel good about that, right?
It felt great. I took them each individually and talked to them, and instantaneously, each one, to their credit, said, of course, absolutely, with no hesitation.
I said I appreciated you coming here, and we all know that there's been a lot of stuff in the press about the clashes between police officers. We know that there's been some valid criticisms on both sides and all. What do you want to say to the nation about law enforcement and about what you want that relationship and understanding to be?
Thank you for doing this. This is wonderful. You mentioned that what we see in the press every day is not indicative of reality, and it's not. I think first and foremost, us in the profession realize that those dissenters are still the vocal minority. We deep down believe that the greatest percentage of the people still support us, and so that means a lot to us. But being able to highlight some of the positive things we do, not only does it counteract some of the negativity out there, I think it shows that the people wearing the badge, they're just everyday humans. In many cases, they're young men and women who really do risk everything to go out there because they care. It's not a paycheck. They care about the communities they serve. In the city I'm the chief for, Marysville, we're a small city, but we really put a lot of pride into what we do there, and we care about the people, we care about the community, and this is the kind of thing that happens all the time, believe it or not.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I want to thank all of my guests today for sharing their stories. If you have a police officer or a police department in your town, let them know how proud you are of them. Go say thank you, shake their hand, let them know you appreciate the good they do. If you want to nominate an officer or a department, please go to drphil.com, share your story, because we want to know about it. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Good to see you. Thanks, guys.